experience, right? So we'll get into all of that very soon. But one thing I love to do at the start of every session is to get to know the people on the call, right? You will be getting to know me. It's important I get to know you so that as we speak, as we talk, I'll be able to relate easily with you and also be able to, talk about this topic in a way that concerns you, right? So we'll be starting. I see we have a lot of people on the call, like I said. We have Ekene Osai, we have Kabir, we have George, we have Dinika, Elijah. If I'm not calling your name, trust me, it's because we have a lot of people. But I see everyone on this call, and like I said, you could be doing other things, or you said, you know what, let me join this session. I might gain one or two from it, and you definitely will gain a whole lot from this session. So please, if at any point you're unable to hear me, if I become unaudible at any point, please let me know and I'll fix that. All right. So awesome. So let's get started. I would love to do a speedy networking with you. In the chat, just type where you're joining from and what you do. You don't need to type your name. I can see your names, right? So just type where you're joining from and what you do. Okay. So let's get to that. Okay. So type where you're joining from and what you do. For example, Omoumi joining from Canada. So you can also write Isaiah joining. Okay, so we have Isaiah joining from Nigeria. Isaiah, what do you do? So I can say Omoumi joining from Canada. Sorry, I don't need to write my name. Canada cybersecurity analyst, right? So I would already see your names as you type. So you don't need to type your name. So I can just type something like Canada cybersecurity analyst. All right, Okenwa Chidera is joining from UK. Okenwa, I don't know what you do. Kwam, Nigeria, data analyst. Mohammed Ali, Morocco, awesome. George, UK, PMO, UK and Nigeria. Lucas, Ghana, system engineer. Brian, Malawi, software developer. Andrew, Kenya, network marketing. James Ajayi, Nigeria virtual assistant. Kabir, Nigeria data scientist. Tosin Aberdeen, finance analyst. Joe from UK, business analyst. Angela, Saudi Arabia, project management. Ekene, joining from the UK, transitioning to UI UX. And sorry, from UI UX to data analyst, amazing. And then we have, sorry, your name is so difficult for me to pronounce. Tangam Pandian, IT support UK. Ibukonluwa, UK public health analyst, healthcare analyst, amazing. Thank you all for joining. We have Briskat from Nigeria. We have quite a number of people from UK data analyst. Simon from sorry, where is that? I don't think you've written your, sorry. We have people from South Sudan. It's amazing to have everyone on this call. Trust me, like I said, I'm super excited to treat any topic that has to do with how to land a job in tech faster. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, the main reason why we are learning is to advance in our career. We are seeking professional growth. We are seeking career growth. It's always exciting. And to be very honest, when I see people who chase certain knowledge, not to, gain certification or not to gain certification, but just for personal development or career development, I see it as a very smart move. And the reason why I'm saying this is you're joining this session. It's not that a certificate is attached at the end of you joining this session, but you just know that no knowledge is a waste. If I'm on this session, there is something I'm not doing yet that I can pick up from this session and add it, right, to what I'm already doing, to the strategies I'm already adopting to advance my career. So why not join a session like this? That's why I'm really, really excited that, smart professionals like yourselves and tech professionals, because literally everyone on this call, I've not seen a non-tech related person on the call. We have Ify from US business analyst, Precious London's from us. You can see that everyone on this call is from all walks of life, right? We have people from Africa and the likes. We have Kelvin from Zambia. So it's amazing to see people from different walks of life. And that's one of the beautiful things about sessions like this. You also get to network with people, right? Trust me, maybe towards the end of this session, I would allow us to just quickly, do some form of networking. But at the end of the day, these are one of the beautiful things that comes with Amdari in general. We bring professionals in tech, in the same field, same mindset, with the same career growth, or, with the same career goal, right, in the same room, so you can network. Because one of the best ways to climb the career ladder in tech is to have a network that can refer you. That's one of the best ways. We'll get into all of that, but let's focus on the topic of the day, right? I've gotten to know you. You will get to know me. I know you might be wondering, okay, when is she going to introduce herself? We'll get to that, all right? So I've gotten to know you. You will get to know me. So, but let's focus on what we are going to talk about today, which is why tech recruiters choose experience over certification. Why is that the case, right? So we'll be talking about the tips, the strategies, and insights that will help you go from where you currently are to where recruiters want you to be, right? So, and it's very important for us to bear that in mind. All right, so we'll get started now. This session is actually, hosted by Amdari. If this is your first time joining an Amdari session, please type 1 in the chat. This is your first time ever joining a session hosted by Amdari. Please type a 1 in the chat. Thank you. All right, thank you, Tosin, Precious, to you. I see all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for engaging me. I really love it when I'm having a session like this and I get to interact with the people I am, having a conversation with. I see this as a conversation because this is like me, talking to my friends like I typically would. So I don't want us to see this as, a very formal type of, session where you don't get to say something. You definitely have, you get to say something as we proceed, right? So, all right, I see that a lot of people are just joining our session for the first time. So it is very important that I let you know I'm Dari. Now, everyone on this call, at the start of the session, I said something. I said, let me know what you do, right? And everybody was typing tech-related fields. Data analyst, business analyst, IT support, software engineer, ETC, project managers, business intelligence analyst, cybersecurity analyst, all of that. I love that you guys are listing all that because these are career paths that are in demand. Would also get to why it's a bit difficult sometimes to land jobs faster, even though you have gained an in-demand career a skill. Yeah. Okay, so now you've gained the skill already. Give me a thumbs up. You have not gained the tech skill. Give me a thumbs down. Okay, so you've gained this tech skill already. Give me a thumbs up. All right, Gladys, I believe that's a thumbs up. Okay, so I have Emmanuel has not gained it, Kende has not, James, Gladys, okay, you have gained. So we have more people who have gained. Ekene has not gained. I will not be able to call out all the people who have gained the skill because it's like a lot of you at the same time. Okay, Ring has not, so I can easily pick out the people who have not gained it. Okay, Augustine has not, Dario has. Please give me a thumbs up if you have. Like I said, I really love to get to know you. Okay, we have a lot of people in the chat as well that have gained the skill, as well as people who are yet to gain the skill. Amazing. All right. So please, guys, like I said, indulge me, indicate when we are conversing. This is how, it's not a physical session, right? So I can't see your faces. So how I can know that you're with me is when you give me a thumbs up or when you type in the chat, right? Okay, Simon says my voice echoes at certain points. Guys, is that so? Is that the case? Can you hear me clearly? Do I echo? So I can. Do I echo?
I can hear you, mommy.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Tomira. All right. So Simon, I think it might be your network, so you might want to drop off and join back. Ensure you join back, okay? You don't want to miss any part of this. All right, thank you so much, guys. As I was saying, I can't see you physically, even though you can see me virtually. I can't even see you virtually. So how I can tell that you're with me is when you type or give me a reaction, right? So thank you, Bakari, Kende, and Olatuke. All right, so how I can know that you're with me is when you give me a thumbs up, use the emojis, or you type, okay? So please, I'd love us to interact like that until I get to the point where I hear you as well by, allowing you to unmute so that the session is well coordinated and we all follow. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I see that we have a lot of people who have gained the skill. Now, one of the most important things, right, is when we are done gaining the skill. I mean, we always have an end goal in mind. After I have learned, I want to get a job. But we often skip a certain aspect of this journey. But the good thing is, okay, before I proceed, so which one do you think should naturally come first? After you've trained, you've gained the skill as a data analyst, data scientist, cybersecurity expert, business analyst, and the likes. Which one do you think should come first? Is it the job or the experience? Which one should you, prioritize? Just type it in the chat. Okay, so Gladys says experience, Tosi experience, Augustine experience, Adenike experience. All right, Samson experience. We are in sync, guys. We are really, really in sync, and I love that about this session. So awesome. Everybody's agreeing with experience. For me, that was the route I went as well. When I was done with my training, learning how to, build websites and the likes, the next day for me was I just want to gain experience so that employers will find me attractive. I don't want to be clueless in an interview. I don't want to. I need experience. Where do I get experience? So how many people have been able to gain experience? And if you've not been able to gain experience, give me a thumbs down. You've gained experience by working as an intern somewhere or anything. Okay, so I see a lot of thumbs down. Okay, Ifeanyi has, awesome. Okay, Lucas, okay. So we have quite a number of people who have not, this is the case of the other time. More people who have not gained the experience and a few people who have. All right, great. So gaining experience, who agrees that it's not easy? Like you agree that it's not easy, give me a thumb. Okay, I see that we have a lot of people who have not gained experience yet. So you agree that gaining experience is not easy. Give me a thumbs up. Awesome, thank you. So it's not easy gaining experience because the access is not really made available per se. And what do I mean? You want to gain experience, you apply for internship programs, we have organizations that do it and the likes, but they either just have room for like 2 interns, 3 interns, 1 intern, in some cases unpaid, in other cases stipend, but if you're lucky, yeah, you get paid. But at the same time, you can't compare it to a full-time salary, right? Sorry, a full employment salary. You can't still compare it. That is why it is important for us to position ourselves to even be better. So I was having a conversation with someone last week, and it was regarding getting a job in the UK. And what's one key thing for you to note about getting a job in the UK is when you're applying as an entry level, please, when you go for interviews, don't even say, even if it's an internship role, even if it's an internship position, please give me. One thing you shouldn't do when you're trying to apply for a full-time role is to do that. And the reason is because you can actually gain this experience using another strategy and then apply to these companies as a full-time staff. I don't know if you guys have noticed something when trying to get, a salary raise. Honestly, it doesn't increase like that in comparison to job hopping, right? So why not jump into the job itself as an experienced professional so that you're not seen as an entry level professional, but you're seen as a senior level, even though it's just maybe a year experience you've gained. And it's very possible, and we will get to that. So trying to get a full-time job and then seeing that maybe your chances are slim and then you're short selling yourself is not a good thing, especially when trying to land a job in places like the UK, US, and the likes. Like I said, we will get to that. So now, gaining experience is not easy. That is where Amdari comes into the picture. Amdari majorly helps you gain real-world work experience with a very structured and reverse engineered approach. What do I mean by reverse engineered approach? We have taken a look at the job boards. What do companies majorly add to their job requirements? What do they want? What do they request for? What are those qualities, traits, and skills that they want you to have? We went across, surveyed different job postings, and with this survey, we were able to come up with a list of requirements under all career paths of jobs that are in demand, right? So first survey, what career paths are recruiters hiring for? Data science, data analytics, data engineering, cybersecurity, business analysis, project management, financial analytics, and HR analytics. Employers are hiring greatly for these career paths. Now, first leg of the survey done, what are the job requirements under each of these career paths? What are those things that recruiters want to see? Then we proceeded and used all of this that we saw in the list to structure our internship program at Amdari, to build the experience that we have right now, to structure it properly so that when you come on board, you're learning something that will reflect on your CV when we revamp your CV. Sorry, not learn, you're gaining an experience, right? In such a way that when we add it to your CV by revamping it, it's something you can defend when you go in for an interview. So it's not a CV that has been revamped with things you didn't do. You gained the experience. Your CV reflects things that recruiters want to see when they do their job postings and all of that. That is how Amdari is helping to bridge the gap between theory and real world expectation. You learn in class when you're taking your course, when you're trying to acquire the skill, and then there is a gap. You need experience in order to get to the next level. That's where Amdari comes in. So the career paths that we focus on, like I said, data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, business analysis, project management, HR analytics, and financial analytics. We help you gain experience in these career paths. And I will get to the point where I tell you how we do this, okay? So if you love what Amdari is doing and it sounds like something perfect for you, like for this stage that you're in, please give me a thumbs up. Like I said, I can't see your faces. So even if you're nodding, I wouldn't know. Even if you're like, oh, okay, I'm always making sense. Okay. So I wouldn't be able to tell. So how I can tell is when you indicate like this. So if Amdari is doing something that you feel, okay, this is something I have been looking for. All right, thank you so much. Like I said, I see your reactions and this is very, very amazing to see because I can't see your faces. Now, okay, yeah, thank you so much, Ola. Okay. All right. So Amdari was brought to answer this major problem of how do I gain experience as an entry level. So one thing we believe in is, okay, it's important to not dwell on the problem but find solution. And a smart professional who has gained nothing less than 10 decades of, one decade of experience, that's over 10 years of experience across the data ecosystem, has been able to say, you know what? Let's create a problem. Let's create this opportunity. Sorry, not create this problem. We're trying to solve a problem. So he was like, let's create this opportunity, right? We don't need to wait and hope that employers would recruit people to gain experience. We don't have to, beg recruiters to say, oh, please, can we get people to interview and all of that. We decided at Amdari to create a structure that works so well in alignment with what the industry wants. Build the structure, give people experience, and the brain behind this is Ifemena Ikro and Adeza Suleiman. So I'll be introducing Ifemena to you. Like I said, I already started, right? So he's got a decade of experience across the data ecosystem, and he is the founder of Tenalytics and Amdari. And through these two platforms, he has been able to help over 2,000 plus people transition into tech and land their first jobs. And trust me, if you check our YouTube pages, you will see, and I play some of these videos. So when we say we help people gain experience, we help people gain skill, we help people, we also push them to the point where they land jobs. Like that's how much of a total package we make you, right? Okay, so I'm seeing question, Augustine, I'll definitely get to that, okay? Right now, we don't have an opportunity for cloud DevOps, but we will definitely look into adding it to our program in the coming months, right? So Ifemena has been able to create this platform and help entry-level professionals first from not having the skill to learn, and then helping them to the point where they are able to stand on their feet and get jobs. So over 2,005 people have been trained and tutored and mentored by Ifemena, and he has personally trained his experience spans across data science, business data support, and he has worked in the UK, US, and Canada, right? And he currently works as a consultant for a lot of companies across these three countries, UK, US, and Canada. He has worked with TISA in the UK as a data analytics manager. He has worked with Teleflex in Ireland as a global business systems analyst. He has also worked with DPD Ireland as a business intelligence developer, management, and data analytics consultant as well. He has worked in that capacity. And he has worked across various industries, financial services, logistics and supply chain, health tech, edutech, and also FMCG, including medical technology. So trust me, you are in safe hands and good hands when I say that Amdari was built and put together by smart and intelligent professionals who have been in the same position that you currently are, trying to navigate the job market. Trust me, every expert was once a learner, right? Every expert was once a beginner. So We understand the pain points, we understand the challenge, and we designed Amdari by reverse engineering the entire thing. And we've worked this part as well, right? So if Emena currently resides in Canada, and yeah, like I said, you'll be getting to meet him if for whatever reason you jump on the internship program at Amdari. And like I said, I'm going to get to the part where you get to know me. I have known everyone on this call via the introduction that we had at the start. Right, my name is Omomi Victoria Sampson, as you've already seen, even from the start of the session. And I love to call myself a business and tech executive because anything that has to do with business, marrying tech, you will see me there. I love definitely Korede, we have business analysis. I mentioned that at the start. We have that. I love anything that has to do with business and tech, and when it is, related to human capital development, like we're doing at Amdari, you will see me there, helping people gain the needed skill to thrive in the job market, to thrive in the ecosystem, in the tech ecosystem. You will see me there. I am passionate about all of this. I've worked with companies in the UK and US as well. I'm currently working with Amdari, which is located in Canada, right? So first, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. And like I said, I'm a skilled software engineer. I've worked as a marketing consultant. I'm still working as a marketing consultant. I've worked as a project and product manager, web project manager, and also product management. And I have built a lot of products across e-commerce, edutech related products, and what we have right now at Amdari, I built that as well. And anything tech entrepreneurship, I also am very passionate about it. All right. I've also been able to help differently abled people gain internship placements with certain organizations, and empowering people just to help them do better and thrive, right? Okay, so I'm currently the CTO and COO at Amdari, and when I'm not being a tech person, you see me watching a movie, reading a book, or writing a movie script. All right, so that's it about me. Let's get into the session. All right, so today we'll be treating majorly things regarding why tech recruiters choose experience over certification, limitations of certification and advantages of experience, and then the Amdari work experience internship. Trust me, you want to stay till this part because this is going to benefit you. Thank you so much, Kwam. This is going to benefit you greatly. And then we have a very special offer for you. So guys, like I said, please stay till the end of the session. You'll definitely enjoy everything that we've packed together for you. All right, so this session is tailored to 3 types of people. I love to get to know the people I'm conversing with, right? So that I am in alignment with you, so that I meet you where you are and see how we can tailor things properly to take you to the next level, that level that recruiters want you to be. Like I said earlier, I have been in this position myself. I had to gain experience. It was very important. And we built Amdari based off of the fact that we have experienced this. We know the problem with navigating the job market and how to position yourself. It's no magic, no science. It's just knowing the right things to do and where to look. And you'll get to see all of that. All right. So we're going to starting with the aspiring tech professional. You have no experience, just certification. Please give me a thumbs up. Now, this person has taken courses, you've earned the certificate, but you still struggle to land jobs or even an interview. Thank you so much. I see everybody that has indicated, Maureen, Yinka, and even the people that's indicated before now, Ayota Mola and everybody. All right, thank you so much. So, like I said, right, you are this person. We have a lot of people that fall under this category. That's so amazing because this session is for this category of people and 2 more categories that we will get into. So if this isn't you, don't worry. You might be in the 2nd category or the 3rd category, but don't panic, we'll get there. Okay, then this session is also for that career switcher. You're transitioning, but you lack industry experience, right? So you have developed the skill, maybe even worked on personal projects. It's okay to fall under 2 categories. Trust me, it's okay to fall under 2 categories. So you've worked on personal projects, but you still don't have real world experience in a business setting. Please, this is very important. You don't have a real world experience in an actual business setting. Thank you, Mohammed Akil. Right? So if this is you, please indicate by giving me a thumbs up. Thanks, Isaiah. Thanks, Korede. All right. It's like we have less people here. So a lot of people just have certifications and no experience at all. Okay. So if you're the second person, just indicate. Thanks, Lucia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's get to the third category. Okay. You've recently relocated for a master's degree with no relevant experience in the country that you have moved to. So you are hopeful that, you know, master's program will give you the advantage in the job market, but it hasn't really worked out that way. If this is you, you relocated for, even if it's not master's, if it's PhD, if it's all right, thank you, Foma. You have to type it out. All right, thank you. Okay, amazing. So we have a lot of people who have relocated to another country, might be the US, UK, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Pandian, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. You can, let me know. But by the time it gets to where you speak, you can correct me. Oh, I'm pronouncing it right. Great. Okay, so you fall under the third category. Amazing. Thank you, James. So it's amazing to know that everybody on this call has found where they fall. Thanks, James. So these are the major people that this session is for. And I'll gradually, but trust me, if you don't fall under any of this category, it might be because you've not gotten to this stage yet. So every knowledge you gain here will still work for you by the time you get to this stage. And I'm referring to people who said they've not gained the skill yet, right? If you've not gained the skill, that means you've not even gotten the certificate. So trust me, this knowledge is going to really, really help you. All right. So we'll move on now. So who would you trust with your life? I really love us to take a look at this scenario, right? I love for us to take a look at this scenario. This is not going to be one form of, this is just an insight into why it is difficult to get a job and why recruiters prioritize experience over certification. This is just a practical and scenario-based session, right? It's not going to be, oh, you do this. It's not going to be, it's scenario-based, so you can see properly. All right. Abu Bakr says, I am a recent graduate with BSc in Information and Communications Technology with no experience. This session is for you. All right. So guys, who would you trust with your life? Is it the person, and that's Daniel, who is a racing game champion? He only plays car racing games. He has never driven on an actual road. But if you see Daniel playing a game on his phone, a car racing game on his phone, he's an expert. Like, he knows how to navigate, he knows everything that he needs to do in order to drive. He knows how to steer very well, he knows how to manage the road, he knows how to do everything regarding driving, but not on an actual road in a game. And then we have Fred. Fred is your everyday driver. I mean, even when in traffic, Fred knows his way around, he knows how to navigate the roads, he understands traffic, he understands everything that has to do with driving an actual car. Right. So who would you now, before we ask that, you want to go out, and then Daniel tells you, I play car racing games, and I'm always, leading, even when I play the virtual ones with, people from another side. Just says, I'm going with Fred, please. Exactly. Now, you don't trust Daniel. That's why you're picking Fred. Tosin also says Fred, the everyday driver. You don't trust that. It's not like Daniel does not know what he needs to do. If Fred is driving, Daniel can actually even contribute. But it's not like Daniel has done it in an actual sense. So Daniel has not experienced some of the challenges you would naturally experience when you're driving on an actual road. Again, if the car crashes, you can stand up again and just continue. It's just that the game would end at that point, but you can start again. It's not the same in real life, right? God forbid bad thing. It's not the case. It's not the same case in real life, right? So in this case now, Daniel understands how to drive, but he has not done it in an actual way. That is what happens when you've learned a skill and gained a certificate, but you have not worked in an actual work setting. Now, what that means is there are some problems that you would naturally encounter in the real business setting that you wouldn't even be exposed to when you're learning. I remember when I was trying to upskill and learn product management rather. And by the time I was done, I exposed myself to an experiential form of learning, and that was internship, right? And at that point, I interned with a company in the UK at that point. So when I was doing my internship, there were a lot of things. And by the way, I adopt different forms of learning. Internships is a different form of learning. It's learning by doing, learning by application. And in this case, learning with supervision, learning cross-functionally because you're working with other people. I mean, imagine learning in a class. I don't have developers to work with. I don't have a UI UX designer to work with. So everything is just theory. They just tell me, right? There is no actual experience. So I wouldn't understand that when you are building a product, there can be bugs. You can miss a deadline. There are things you need to note. I wouldn't know. So for the first time experiencing this, I can, fumble on the project a little bit. So in this case with driving, fumbling in driving means messing a lot of things up. Like I said, God forbid bad thing, right? So you can't trust Daniel to do the job. That's why you need a form of experience so that you can be confident. So I always love for us to understand things also from the recruiter's perspective, right? So now I just put you in the same position that a recruiter is. It's just a case of trust. You didn't trust that Daniel can get you to where you want to go safely, because what if there is, something on the road that an experienced driver can be able to easily see and then, navigate, right? There are some experienced drivers that would already see a driver that is about to mess up, and they will quickly know how to, manage the road. If they have to swerve, they'll swerve, right? But then Daniel would not recognize these signs, even if it's like glaring like this. He would not exactly, because it's been in a game, not in real life. That's the same thing with recruiters. And I'll get to the part where I break down why it's very important for them to be able to trust you, because there is a level of expectation that they have. Like you getting on the job and hit the ground running. They want that. Yes, they will onboard you, they will get you familiar to their system and processes, but they just want you to be able to hit the ground running from day one. We'll break that down subsequently. All right. Now, many employers would want you to have like experience working with certain technologies, and others would want some form of professional know-how. The reason why this is important is what I just explained earlier, right? Now, you would see job boards and you would see them saying experience using Splunk, experience using Wireshark. This is for cybersecurity experts, for example. Experience using Trello, experience using experience working with UI UX designers. This is for project managers, for example. Experience working with project managers, experience working with software engineers, experience working with stakeholders. This is for business analysts, right? So things like this, you see it in a job posting under requirements, and you're wondering, okay, what does this? You might not even wonder what it means. It's just them saying you have, and this is me also indicating the fact that there are some job postings that would not say 3 years experience for entry level, 2 years experience, but they would say experience using this, experience using that. That means they want to see where you have worked and applied this skill. You have worked and used this skill. You have worked and interacted with these people. They just want to know that you have. It doesn't have to be long or anything. They just want to be sure that you are familiar with the work setting, the business setting, right? They just want, this is why experience is very important to recruiters. So when they do their job postings, they might not even say they need you to have 2 years experience, 1 year experience. They will just say experience working with this tool, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, right? For the data professionals here, right? Docker, all of that. They will just indicate that they need you to have this experience working with these tools, but it's still them indicating that experience is very important, right? And again, we'll get into a couple of those things. So now, I would love us to get to meet Tayo, right? So Tayo is that entry-level tech professional with certificates in cybersecurity and is hunting for his first job and running into a problem. Many of these roles require him to have 2 to 3 years experience. That's really frustrating. I mean, we're talking entry level, and I saw a lot of Twitter posts. That's like I said, I'll be taking questions, right? I see we have hands up. I'll be taking questions. Okay. So, like I said, it's very frustrating. You wonder, it's entry level. There should be some form of, some level of what's it called? Easy access into the setting, because how do I gain experience when I don't have a job? would explain how that's a chicken and egg situation. So this is who Tayo is. He's wondering why it's been difficult. At this point, he is really, really frustrated right now. If Tayo had as much experience working as he does applying to jobs, he might be nearing retirement. And honestly, I would explain this might sound like an exaggeration, but it's not. I don't know if you've heard this saying that when you're applying to get a job, you need to apply as though it's a full-time job. Like that application process needs to be taken as a full-time job. The reason why you need to take it as a full-time job is because you need to get the job as fast as possible. You would see people on LinkedIn, saying something like, oh, I've been applying to jobs. I've applied to over 500 jobs in the last 2 months. And you'll be wondering, are you exaggerating? Like, are you being for real? Applying to 500 jobs and then they finally get a job after applying to 500. I saw a video on YouTube where this guy applied to like 100 jobs every week, right? And he was comparing his CVs and he said, this CV got 5 interviews. This CV got 10 interviews. He was comparing how effective the CVs are, right? And like I said earlier, one thing Amdavi has done is reverse engineer the job requirements to design this intensive experience so that anything you're learning reflects on your CV or anything, when you're learning on the job, pretty much. Learning on the job, not training, learning on the job. Everything you're learning on the job reflects on your CV in alignment with industry standard, right? It's in alignment with industry standard. Now, this guy doing the comparison and everything like that obviously means one is more in alignment with the industry standard than the other is. He was able to experiment like this and he applied to so many jobs and then he showed the one that got him the job. What am I driving at? It takes a lot of effort to finally land the job you want. So what's the point of putting in so much effort when at the end of the day, the job you get is just going to pay so little, right? Why not give it everything it takes to stand out? It's very possible for you to apply to a job at an entry level. And honestly, you're seen as a senior level professional. It depends on how immersive your period of experience has been. And duration does not matter. It's how much you've immersed. I remember discussing with someone last year, and I was talking about what I have done in the space of 5 years that I've been working. I have over 5 years experience, and I was talking to this person on the things I've worked on. I worked on a film tech product, right, that is created for actors and casting directors in the Nigerian film industry, Nollywood. Now, I worked closely with a senior, movie director in Nollywood, and even though the company is based in the UK, we built this product in such a way that it's like LinkedIn for actors, right? I led the development of this product. We built it in a year, right? We have another. So I was talking about the different things I had worked on, and this person said, "Do you know that all these experiences, based on everything you're talking about, it was 10 years experience?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard that somewhere before, actually, but I didn't really pay attention." This person is like a mentor to me, and he was like, "Yeah, that's like 10 years experience, and that's because you've done so much in such a short period of time." Now, that is what happens when you immerse yourself. One thing with Amdari internship, it's immersive, such that we make, like I said, we make you a total package. Becoming a total package means going into an interview and not giving up the vibe that you are entry level. The reason why we burn candles at night, let me use that figuratively now, right? The reason why we burn candles at night, why we pay so much for trainings and courses and invest so much in our professional and career development is because we want to advance in our career. So if that is the case, if you have invested so much money to gain the skill, why not finish what you've started by making yourself a total package? The certification does not make you a total package yet. That's just the first leg in. So I would say congratulations on taking the first step, the first right step. Congratulations, right? Now, what's the next thing? You need to get to that point where you position yourself as an attractive job seeker so that employers can trust you the same way you all trusted Fred. And we didn't trust Daniel in my previous slide, right? If they can trust that you can do the job, then they will hire you. No employer wants to keep searching and searching. I was telling some of my colleagues the other day because we were trying to fill a position at Amdari, and we've been searching, and people have been applying, trust me. But the problem is, are you finding the right candidate? And getting into meetings, trying to interview people, okay, tell me about the time that you worked as this, what does success look like for you? The way this person will be telling you these things, you would know that this person has worked on some really impactful things in the past. We've interviewed a lot of people, we've not been convinced. I don't want to come to work every day and know that in addition to everything I have to do, I still have to interview people for a role. I just want to interview the first person and be convinced. Trust me, recruiters don't want to keep, interviewing every now and then. It's exhausting and it's not a good use of time. So it's not like recruiters don't want you to hire you. It's not like they don't want to give you the job. They just want you to convince them that they can trust you. That's it. So the reason why I said these statements regarding the number of, hours that Tayo has invested in applying to jobs, he could have, if we sum it up, it's enough to say, okay, you passed retirement, is because of how immersive he would have been if he was focused on the right things. Sometimes we need to work smart and not hard. And what Tayo is doing without experience is working hard and not smart. Right. Now, we need to take a look at why it's been difficult for Tayo to properly get a job. First, it's because of these limitations that come with certificates. So while certifications just validate the knowledge you gain, they may not reflect practical application, right? It's the same thing with Fred. Daniel, we can see that he can drive. Daniel is good. He was driving in the car racing game and all of that. But can Daniel drive on the road? We just know that, yeah, you know how to, the brake, the throttle, the gear, you know how to use all of that, but not on the road. What would you do if this happens? You've never done it. So what would you do? We are not about to risk people's lives here. I am not about to risk my life by trusting Daniel. And everybody here clearly indicated the same thing. So businesses are not about to risk putting in resources without expecting a return, at least for the first 3 months of you joining them. Because even with experience, trust me, even with experience, they don't expect you to start delivering results from the first month. Naturally, but imagine without experience, they would onboard you for the first week. Second week, you're getting familiar with the process. Not much. So it's still probation period. Not much of results is expected in the first month, even as someone who has gained experience. But from the second month, you're being judged. Your performance is being closely looked at, right? But with, certificates and no experience and just getting into the job, I promise you, you're learning on the job for that period. So a lot of mistakes would happen, and not a lot of companies have the resources for that, right? So that's why that limitation comes into the picture. Startups want to grow fast, so they need people who can. In fact, I know people would say, "Oh, apply to startups and all of that and entry level." Trust me, if you have a proof of relevant industry experience, it's easy to get the job. But without that, remember that startup founders are also trying to manage the resources they have because they are not making money yet. So if we have to train you, for how long are we going to now do that before we start even making money as a startup? So they want to know that you've done it somewhere. They want you to bring that experience. That's why they would always offer stock option for people who start with them. That's why there's also the offer of, oh, we'll give you like equity, 5% equity, 2% equity for starting with us. Trust me, that's because you're not starting as a newbie. Yeah, it's entry level. Yeah, you've not worked with a lot of companies, but they see that and they know that entry-level professionals always come with the right energy, but only when they have gained the skill, right? So what do you have to do? Just make sure that you are able to convince them to trust you. So this does not come with certificates. It's not convincing. And then it doesn't also, show them that you have communication skills, teamwork ability, or that you've adapted to social, to a very fast-paced environment. Startups, they are fast-paced. Communication skill, we will know in an interview if you've worked in a team. Because when you're asked a question on what you did, like, oh, tell me a time where you had to do this or do that, you would be able to share a story. And there is no way you'll be sharing a story from an experience that you will not bring in people into the conversation, not by their first name, but by the role they played in the picture. So I remember a time when I was working on this film tech product. It's pretty much like LinkedIn, but for the film industry. LinkedIn is for corporate world, right? So this one is for the film industry. And I was working with this product designer, and you know, it felt like the mock-up he was designing wasn't in alignment with the business requirements. So we had to. I have already indicated that a business requirement was communicated. I have indicated that I worked with stakeholders or business analysts. I've indicated that I worked with a UI UX designer. So you can, so you just sharing the story can give them the hint that you have the experience or not. But imagine it's just what I learned in class. I'll just be saying, yeah, I know I have to work with, you know, you've not done it. I'm a startup. I need people that will hit the ground running, like today. I need people that will think and take initiative. Someone with certification will not be able to do that yet. You need to be guided. That's why a setting that supports the stage you are is important. And the typical tech space is fast-paced and it doesn't exactly support it. So, but if the system has been designed to support it, that's where you can thrive and learn and be guided. And some of your mistakes would be excused because it's understood that you've not gained the experience. That's why you're here, to gain the experience. So they will be easy on you. They'll give you everything you need to thrive, right? So now, this is why these are the major limitations of certification, and that is why it is very important. Theoretical knowledge is not enough. Lack of soft skills is not convincing. I need to know that I can trust you to do the job and hit the ground running from day one. So why are so many entry-level jobs not entry-level? Thank you, Pam. Why are so many entry-level jobs not entry-level? It's simple. I hinted at it. It is the chicken and egg situation. You can also choose to call it the catch-22 situation. It's pretty much a contradictory rule. And this situation is contradictory. How do I gain experience when I don't have a job? Because I need this job to gain experience. I've answered this question. Go to a setting that supports the stage that you are in. The fast-paced tech space does not support, starting out afresh. They support you having the knowledge, coming on board, hitting the ground running, taking initiatives, and contributing from the get-go. But we have systems that support entry level properly, such that you gain the skill, you're properly guided, you work in a team, you're exposed to the business settings, and you're ready to even impact a business. It is pretty much simple, intention, right? Yeah, I see a couple of hands up. Like I said, I'll definitely answer everybody. We get to that, right? So this is what the problem is, right? That's why it is very, very important for you to understand what the industry needs. That's how you can stand out, to be honest. That's because one thing I always say is, why should you invest so much time in applying to jobs when you've not worked on positioning yourself to get the job, right? You might just be wasting your time, and that's working hard and not smart. So applying for a job automatically means you want it. Getting a congratulatory email is definitely what you want. I am sure it's not to get, oh, we are sorry, we won't be able to move forward and all of that. I am sure that's not what you want. I believe what you want is to get congratulations, you're hired. So if that is what you want, why not do what would make your chances of getting such an email high, right? So why is it important for entry-level tech professional to have work experience? What I just said. Why not take yourself from where you are to the level that recruiters want you to, so that they can trust you and have you on board, right? So now, the major problem, or rather, the major reason why it is important is immediate contribution. I have mentioned this earlier. They want candidates with hands-on experience that can contribute immediately with minimal training. I said it earlier, it's not like you will not be onboarded. Onboarding means you're trained to understand the company's process and structure, right? And how your skill that you're bringing on board can help them get to the next level, right? Now, the other reason is because of possession. You cannot have a soft skill if you've just learned it in class. You did not interact with anybody. Soft skill is adaptability, problem solving, communication skills, stakeholder management, leadership, teamwork. You won't have a team if you're learning. You won't exactly have stakeholders when learning. It's just your trainer. Even capstone projects won't expose you to all of this. How you develop a soft skill in a team, with people, right? That's why this internship is very, very relevant, right? So another reason why this experience, this is recruiters expect you to have experience is cultural fit. Because naturally, experienced professionals are more likely to understand workplace like dynamic. You'd have already understood based on what you experienced in your last place of work during the course of your internship and all of that. And you will be able to easily adapt. I mentioned that with adaptability, right? So it's very important to understand what the recruiters want you to have so that you're not wasting your time and you're not wasting their time. And so that every effort, because it's a lot of effort to apply to jobs. I have been in that position. I have applied to jobs, right? It's a lot. You don't want to have sleepless nights and then get a "we are sorry" email. And I believe, like I said, everybody here took these courses and trainings because there is one end goal in mind: getting a high paying tech job, getting a remote job, so that you don't have to jump, trains, buses, and be in transit every time. Imagine just working from home, from the comfort of your workstation, be able to perform effectively and very well. You don't have to waste money on transportation and all of that, work-life balance and everything like that. I believe that's why most people also enjoy remote work, right? And another beautiful thing with tech work is the pay is good, right? But how do you position yourself? Like I said earlier, to be seen as that senior level professional, even though it's just internship you pay, it is possible. That's my reality. That's happened. My internship period was immersive. I involved myself in extra immersive activities, like beyond what I was asked to do. And by the time I was done with my internship, I was already getting senior level roles, and I was surprised. I didn't expect that that would happen for me that fast, but that happened, right? And in the course of 5 years, I have led teams. I have led teams. I became a manager in my second year, and my second year of experience, I was already managing a team of senior developers. Remember, I started out as a developer myself. Within 2 years, I was already leading a team of developers across India because I worked with a multinational web development and digital marketing agency, right, with a German Nigerian founder, and I was leading a team of Indian developers. We know how badass Indians are. Indians are very, very good when it comes to anything tech. And I was already leading that team. And that was just my second year of experience. It is because of how I had immersed myself during like I said, I had an internship, unpaid internship for 6 months. 6 months. And that was it. And that propelled me. And I discovered that I was ready. Right. So it's how immersive it is. And it's easy. The cultural fit is there. I could easily, because that job at that time, that internship job was on site. Trust me. And every other job after then was remote. Like, so all my work experience has been fully remote, right? So this is why recruiters honestly just want you to have experience. They know you will possess soft skills because you've interacted with people. They will know again that you would be able to fit in easy because you've worked in a business setting before, right? So this is why it's very important. And they know that you hit the ground running from day one. Instant contributions to the team, instant value, instant impact, right? So now, who is better suited for this job? I know I have given us an example of that. So we have Shadi. She's certified as a tech professional. Her background, she recently completed a tech certification course, like most of us on this call, just like we indicated. But she has no prior hands-on experience, right? just personal projects and coursework. And then her strength, strong theoretical knowledge and certification. But that's not enough. So that's not strong enough. Then her weakness is not having real world application or measurable results. Then we have Aliu. Aliu has hands-on, is that hands-on problem solver. Why is he a hands-on problem solver? Because he has worked on several real-world projects via internship after he was done with his training, right? And he can also provide measurable results. Measurable results because impact is very important on your CV. Metrics equals measurable results. I mentioned how we have this reverse engineered the process at Amdari to design our internship. We reverse engineered what we see recruiters post on the job board, right? To use it to design our internship. We know the importance of measurable impact. We know the importance of business impact. That is why we always emphasize on that. They want to see that you contributed some level of impact. They want to see that you've reported to a senior professional on your team. That's stakeholder management. They want to know that you've worked in a team. That shows them another type of soft skill. You have communicated with your team, obviously, right? So he doesn't have any weakness. His strength, he has real world application of his skills. He has a portfolio to prove and showcase everything that he has learned. This is who Aliu is, and this is who Shade is. Now, where the recruiters had for a second, who did you think would get the job? Is it Shade or Aliu? Based on this profile, Abdulrazak, yes, this session is being recorded, and this slide will be shared with you as well. All you have to do, please fill the form that my colleague Tomiwa is dropping in the chat, and you will get this recording. You will also get this slide. So who do you think will get hired? You're the recruiter now. Who would you hire? Who would you hire for your organization? Who would you trust to hit the ground running from day one? Aliu or Shade? Just type it in the chat. Is it Aliu? Thank you, Tosi. Tosi engages me so much, guys. If there's like a free internship opportunity at the end of this session, you know Tosi will get it well. Because she engages me more. She engages me more. All right, thank you so much, everybody. You would employ Aliu, right? Everybody's speaking Aliu now. This is you in the recruiter's shoes, right? So the recruiters have nothing against you in any way. They just want you to prove to them that they can trust you. They just want you to prove to them that they can trust you. And that is just the case, honestly. And they just also, all right, Philip, you just joined. Trust me, you'll catch up subsequently. We're discussing why recruiters prioritize experience over certification. And I'm making an example with this two people persona, right? Two personas here. Shade and Aliu, one with certificates, one with experience. Who would you trust? And all of that. Like I said, you get to catch up as we proceed. Okay. So, and one thing I always love to say is when you're applying to a job, don't try to prioritize impressing the recruiter. Understand that you're in that job market to impress the recruiter, to outperform every other person, and to stand out, right? Because you can impress the recruiter, and at the end of the day, the recruiter is impressed by another person. It doesn't change the recruiter's perception about you, but they are more impressed by another person, and they will go with that other person. And again, they are still impressed by you, but someone else has outperformed every other person. So they are going with that person that outperformed. So that's why impressing them alone is not enough, because you want to outperform others. So while impressing them, make sure that you take total advantage. What others are not doing, make sure you've done it. And even if they have, make sure that you have a more immersive experience. All of this, you get it from direct, to be honest. So when you're choosing between two otherwise equally qualified candidates, right? That's when recruiters are choosing. Just like the scenario I just painted now, that it's not about you impressing the recruiter, right? It's about you making sure that you outperform others. So imagine, like I said, you go into an interview, you've impressed them, another person comes and impresses them. Trust me, employers would naturally pick that other person that has taken total advantage. has experience, impacted a real business, worked in a business setting, and all of that. And you, certificate, you're able to communicate what you've learned and all of that. But this other person has impressed them by having experience and all of that, and working as an intern. They will have an upper hand because they have an influential factor, experience via internship, right? And this is a fact that was actually put together by the NACE Job Outlook 2022 report. One thing with Amdari, we would not just come here and tell you things. We will not naturally do our survey and make sure that we also have other surveys that is backing our claim. So you don't think, why are they making such a bold claim? We're not making such a bold claim. We have data and we have other people's reports to back it. World Economic Forum, Generation Revolution, Hiring Revolution report, NACE job outlook report as well. So yeah. So like I said, it is very important for you to understand that internship is the most influential factor when you are hiring entry level. Because like I said, gaining experience is not exactly easy. Abubakar, yes, we offer internship for students as long as you have gained the skill, like you've learned it. We don't, because Amdari does not train you from the scratch. We have crash courses, yes, that will help you, refresh your memory, or maybe there is a rusty skill that you're trying to, revive again, and just, we have crash courses. But when you just want to learn, like, oh, I want to learn, I've never learned cyber, like, I don't know what cyber security is, then Amdari is not for you. Oh, I don't know what data analytics is, then you can't just jump on that internship without learning. So we advise that, oh, if you've not learned at all, please learn. It's just after you've learned and you keep saying, oh, I still feel like a beginner. I feel like I still learn more. I feel there's still so much to learn. I feel there's still so much to gain and all of that's when we say, no, it's not you acquiring more certificates, but adopting another model of learning. And that's learning by doing. Because tell me how a project manager will not keep feeling like a beginner when you don't learn in a team, by working with a team, working with UI UX designers, project managers, business analysts, web developers, and you're just taking another YouTube course, taking another course elsewhere. You're just watching more self-paced videos. You're not interacting with people. You would always feel like a beginner. We have this particular intern that joined us this January, one of the project management interns, and one thing she said was she still feels like a beginner. That was before she enrolled. She said she still feels like a beginner. And then I said, yes, you would always have this feeling because you have been adopting one mode of learning or one model of learning, just one strategy, and that's self-paced theory. Let me ask you a question. Have you worked with UI UX designers? Have you managed a project? She said, no. I said, exactly. You can't have a project to manage and a team to manage and give deadline and create roadmaps for if you don't work in a setting, in a business setting, right? So it would always just be the case of learning how it's done, but not exactly practicalizing it, right? So this is why this is prioritized, experience over certificate. Now, this is a snapshot from one of the job boards, and this tells you what I was saying earlier, prior experience for entry level. And this particular one says, have at least 1 year of experience implementing and administering network operating systems and desktop operating systems. This is not even saying, oh, have experience as a data scientist. They are saying doing it, have experience. They indicated the skill. So when I said earlier that we reverse engineer the job board to design our internship, this is what I'm talking about. When you join us as an intern for, let's say, cybersecurity, for example, or business something, these are the type of things we pick out to make sure that you work on our business partners, business challenge, and they have to reflect this. Things like this, key things that we know that on job postings, they say, oh, you need to have experience doing this, you need to have experience doing that. It will be on your CV. Here it says, have 6 to 12 months of experience administering clients and network operating system. This is how they just keep doing this. And so now, the question is, do you have this required experience? Like, do you have this requirement? because this is a requirement. They clearly put it there, not for fancy, but because they are looking out for it. So trust me, when you now apply for the job and then they don't see this, even after calling you in for an interview, then they start, doubting that, okay, I don't think we can trust this person to do the job. He has not done it before. Or, oh, let me say Isaiah has done it before, or Yinka has done it before, Daniel, or right? Oh, this person has not done it, but this person has done it. Let's move ahead with this. So this is why it is important. And this is how we have designed our internship. So we picked key things like this to design it, right? Now, more experienced workers are sometimes willing to downshift to lesser roles if they have been laid off. What this is telling you is you are not in the job market alone as an entry level, and you are not applying to an entry level as just, oh, we entry levels. Even senior level and experienced workers are also applying because they've either been laid off, they either took a gap year and all of that. Another person might just be transitioning from one tech role to another, right? And they are bringing in transferable skills. I'll tell you how that played out in my situation. I started my career as a web developer, right? Front-end web developer before I brought it into full stack. Now, when I wanted to become a product manager and web project manager, I had transferable skills. That made me stand out. It reflected in my CV. That made me stand out. Guess what? This transferable skill experience and the course of me becoming a full-blown full-stack developer was within the space of 6 months of my internship. That was what built me. That was what made me ready. Immediately after my internship, I got a job with a lead company in sub-Saharan Africa and even located in the UK as well. And guess what? It's an edtech company, by the way. And to be very honest, it was straight to, I didn't work as an intern. It was straight to like mid-level, not senior level, mid-level. And I was leading the entire team in my department at that point because I came with this experience that made me look like, oh, okay, right? Now, immediately after that, the next thing was managing an entire team of developers across, that's with the web development and marketing agency that I mentioned, right? Then I was managing that entire team of Indian developers and all of that. And all of this was within the space of 1 year and 10 months. I can't forget the exact figure, right? 1 year and 10 months, and then I started leading my entire team. Now, the reason why I'm telling this story is you realize that I said I started as a developer, then I became a web project manager and then product manager, right? What that means is I transitioned, right? So if an entry level project manager comes into the picture, remember that I'm just transitioning also. I just learned the course and I just have the certificate, right, for project management, and then I have interned, right? Now, and then with my previous experience bringing it as a developer, I have transferable skills. But it doesn't change the fact that I am also entry level with this other person, or I am more experienced because of the type of work I have done. So because I am more experienced now, I'm fighting for the same position as this person who is just starting out in tech, just moving into working as a project manager. If we get into that interview together, and that was the case, I actually got the job immediately. I met with the CEO after the first interview, and I was onboarded like immediately. And I didn't know I was going to be leading a team of Indian developers. She said she was wowed by my, composure and everything like that, and my experience, things I had done, and all of that. And she felt I could do the job. And I didn't lie in my interview. I remember telling her that I haven't worked in this capacity before, but I have intent and I have gained the skill. And she was like, yeah, and you have transferable skills. I said, you worked as a developer, so you have a lot that you can bring to the table. And that was how I was hired within a week. This is why I said recruiters are looking to hire you as fast as yesterday, but when they are not convinced, they would keep, So that's why I said you are not in the job market alone. You are in the job market with senior people. So if you hope to land your dream job, you are going to have to use every tool in your job seeker's arsenal. because you need to fight this category of people, right? You need to know that, okay, it's not all entry level that would apply for this role. How do I come across as, someone even more experienced than entry level, even though I am entry level? I was entry level, but I did all of that, right? So Deborah says, since Amdari is based in Canada and the UK, it's really particular about UK work experience. And one based in UK still join? Yes, please, Deborah. Yes, it doesn't matter where you are based, UK, US, Canada, Nigeria, Kenya, anywhere in the world. Amdari is for everyone like that, right? And our projects and tasks that you're working on are from our business partners across the UK, US, Canada, and Ireland, right? Our November interns gave a testimonial regarding this, and they told us how this experience has also helped them. And we was talking about one of the projects they worked on, which is majorly focused on, which is for a company in Ireland. So it is very important. And yes, Malawi, Andrew, definitely. I'm sorry if I left your country out. So yeah, so it's very important for you to know that you're not applying to this internship alone. So some senior level professionals are applying as well. So please take total advantage. Now, we have, like I said, we don't just make things up. We always have external validation from other reports like the Generation Tech Hiring Revolution report. And this report clearly shows a couple of things as to why this experience is prioritized, right? CEPHAD, yes, you can. So if you'd love to join, please stay till the end of this. Yes, we just recently added for software developers as well. So yes, you can. All right. So Generation found in a survey that 94% of employers require that applicants for entry-level tech jobs have experience working in related field. Remember the instance I made with my story. I worked as a developer. I was able to lead a team of Indian developers as a project manager because I have worked in a related field. Even though I was fresh in the project management space, but transferable skill was convincing enough. Work setting, previous experience working in a business setting was convincing. It was convincing. All of this summed up on everything regarding this. Now, you can see that this is a job posted. This is another report from Generation's report, and it talks about true entry-level jobs becoming a thing of the past. By true entry-level jobs, we mean you being entry-level with zero experience, still being employed straight without experience. It's a thing of the past, right? And I've already said it. 94% of employers across more than 16 industries said their hiring requirements for entry-level tech-relevant roles now include prior work experience in a related field. This is not just our word, right? This is clearly by another report from Generation's Revolution Hiring Report. And they are big on anything recruitment. Everything recruitment, that's what they do. Landmine, yes, you can get in software engineering. I answered that for CEPHAD, yes. So we'll answer all of the questions that I'm seeing. Yes, Newton, you can join. It's very flexible. You're expected to dedicate at least 2 to 3 hours per day for this internship. I'll break it down. I'm getting there. Everything regarding how you can get started with this internship, I'll be getting there in like 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes, okay? So now this report has clearly validated everything that I said earlier, right? You can see that 86% of employers are hiring entry-level tech roles. This means that the job prospect is there. They just need you to have what they need, what it takes to hit the ground running from day one, right? So, and you can see, I already highlighted the reasons why these recruiters want you to have nothing less than, 2 to 3 years of experience. The reason, again, this is a report by Generation Revolution Hiring Report, right? They believe that applicants with work experience are assumed to have stronger technical skills. You also produce high quality of work, and you are better at working independently with little to no supervision. This is clearly from a survey. A lot of hiring managers were questioned, and there was a questionnaire that they provided answers to. And this was all of the things that was gathered from this particular report and survey. And you can see the percentage of the expected technical skill and higher, because they believe that you'll be able to come on board with stronger technical skill. You'll be able to come on board with higher quality of work. ability to work more independent, everything I've already said, right? So this is why it's important for you to pay less attention to certifications at this point and more to things that will build you and help you get to that point where recruiters will want you to, so that they can trust you, right? So again, the reason why experience is just said a lot and it's beginning to look like a buzzword is because you can see right here, most entry level roles just require you to have this years of experience, and with just 3 months of experience, you can get a job. 6 months of experience, you can get a job. And you can see that they prioritize nothing less than 1 year or 6 months. Even if it's, and that internship is for 6 months, you can extend it to 1 year if you want. So we have people who have extended theirs to 1 year. Yes, Collins, you can join data analysis internship 100%. Stella, it doesn't matter if you've gotten certificates or not. This internship is for you as long as you have learned. We are not particular about certificates. This internship is meant for you if you've learned, even if it's foundational knowledge, and you just want to advance that point where recruiters can hire you. And there's 2 years reference letter at the end of the internship, right? So it's we attesting to the fact that yes, you worked with us, improved our business partners processes with everything that you indicated that you did, and yeah, we also give you recommendation, reference letter. And like I said, Amdari is located in Canada, so it's international experience. The companies you work with as well that are not in Nigeria, everything would be indicated that, oh, he works with businesses like this and contributed XYZ to their process, percentage, metrics, all of that indicated, because we know what recruiters want to see. Okay. So now, like I said, they prioritize, you can see that they expect you to have at least 1 year experience. According to the survey, 36% recruiters want this. Another percentage, which is 23%, expect you to have nothing less than 6 months experience, right? While we have 20% indicating 2 years experience. So these are companies, recruiters, founders saying that, oh, if they have 6 months of experience, I'm good. If they have at least 1 year experience, I'm good. 6% is saying even without experience, yes, well, 6% out of everything, right? So that's why it's important. So 6% is very good. When you stand a higher chance, so 36% and 23%. So why not position yourself to be hired by these people, right? So again, it's very important. And then we also surveyed why people just get turned down during interviews. It's because they lack the required experience. So 49% of recruiters that reported said, Philip, the internship is for 6 months. Is age a barrier to someone transitioning into tech? No, not at all. It's not a barrier. All you just have to do is to make sure that you rebrand yourself in such a way that you are convincing that you can do the job. That's all. Rebrand yourself, and I'll get to that. Like I said, we'll see all of the aspects of rebranding. So according to the survey, a lot of recruiters say they turn people down during interviews and job applications because they lack the required years of experience. You can see that 49% indicated that. 38% said lack of the required technical skill is a no-no. Lack of the required soft skill is a no-no. So that's 33%. 31 says lack of academic credential, and then lack of required cultural fit. Experience taking the lead. We reverse engineered everything, and you'll be getting all this with Amdari internship, right? So recruiters' favorite question during interviews and what they indicate to them is another thing I would love you to take note of. And you need to also be able to confidently convince them with your response. And this is according to a survey. What are their favorite questions to ask? Tell me a time when you found a way to improve a process, make something more efficient, or otherwise introduced an improvement when you weren't asked to do so. Now, this might sound vague because I'm generalizing this conversation now, because we have a lot of people across different career paths on this call. So that's why it sounds the way it sounds. I want it to apply to everybody so it's relatable. Now, they would ask you a time that you did something. Without experience, you would not have a story. With experience, you'll be able to say this clearly. Now, a time you found a way to improve a process, it's going to show them a form of soft skill, right? How you take initiative, right? How you contributed and added business impact, right? They love to see this, right? Let's move on to the second favorite question that they love to ask. Tell me about a time when something went terribly wrong with a project and how you successfully moved past it. Problem solving, they will know. The people you work with, they will know as well. This is why it is very, very important for you to put all of this into consideration when you are applying to jobs. Internship will give you all this. Without internship experience, it will be hard for you to have this. Then there's another one. Tell me about it. Tell me about the greatest impact you made at a company and what helped you achieve that impact. Business impact is important. Most of the interviews we've conducted, we will always ask these questions at Amdari. What does success look like for you? You definitely tell a story of when you were able to do something. What's the greatest impact you've made in your role in a previous organization? You will tell a story. People will be involved in what you're sharing. That's how we know how you have impacted a business, how you have communicated in a team, how you have reported to your leaders or stakeholders rather, right? Now, it is important for you after everything I have said, right, to do a gap analysis and understand where you are right now and how you want to get to where you should be in terms of what recruiters want to see. You need to be very intentional. I said it earlier, when applying to jobs, you're applying as though it's a full-time job, right? So because you're applying as though it's a full-time job, it is important that you're not wasting your time. So please adopt the smart approach, not the hard work approach, so that your chances of getting the job is increased, right? So do a gap analysis from everything I have said. After this session, it's like an assignment. Just like if you don't need to submit anything or something, just do a gap analysis where you are right now based on everything that we have said. I know that a couple of people might have been doing it mentally, right? Like, oh, okay, I don't have this, I can't, so you can already start doing that right now. It's very, I would also like you to know a very important thing, right? You need to understand how you can go from where you are right now to where recruiters want you to. I talked about doing the gap analysis. When you do that gap analysis, you will be able to identify that, and then that is just your answer. Because we will nurture you in the right direction. I have been indicating this slide after slide on how Amdari answers this question of this slide, how Amdari answers the question of this slide, right? So you need to understand the importance of knowing where to look when you're trying to get answers, right? So Amdari will nurture you in the right direction, and we are always committed to it, right? It's even like something that people have attested to. By people, I mean interns that we've had. So now we have Brave by Amdari, and it is remote apprenticeship virtual experience. Excuse me. Remote apprenticeship virtual experience. What this helps you do is to gain that internship experience that is not easily accessible, right? With this internship experience, it is going to give you an immersive experience, right? This internship is going to give you an immersive experience. It's going to be so immersive that 6 months is going to feel like 1 year or more. Remember what I said about how much of what you do within a period of time, making it look like you've worked an extended period of time, right? Making reference to the Tyro story that I did, right? So now Amdari is for someone like Amina who has recently relocated for a master's and currently needs a job as a data analyst. One thing that I remember asking at the start of this session is, if this is you, indicate. We have a couple of people who said they're doing their masters, they recently relocated to another country and the likes. Then we have Moses. Moses is also that professional with over 5 years working as customer rep, and he needs to like kickstart a new career journey in cybersecurity. But then he needs experience because he has paid for certifications, he has paid for different online courses, and also has access to free resources, but still cannot land a job. Again, the question regarding this was asked earlier, and a lot of people have indicated that, oh yeah, this is me. Now, if this is you, Brave by Amdari is what you need. I mentioned something earlier about rebranding. When someone said, oh, is age a barrier? It depends on how you brand yourself, right? If you position yourself right and make yourself attractive to recruiters, age is not a barrier in tech, right? So with Amdari Remote Apprenticeship Virtual Experience Internship Program, which is Brave, you will get rebranded with a revamped CV, First, it starts with the experience in general. Remember what I said about we giving you the experience that you can defend when it reflects on your CV. Whatever is reflecting on your CV is what the industry needs to see, recruiters, what they need to see, right? So we give you project-based experience. You'll be working with projects, which is going to be from the business challenges of our business partners. These business challenges will help you have needed experience, right? And things that we will put on your CV when revamping it. And you also have employability skills from the soft skills and all of that, like I mentioned, to technical skills, it will be honed better, right? So if it's rusty right now because you learned the course 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year ago, and oh, you can't use Excel again, you can't use Wireshark that much, and all of that, you will hone the skill, make it better, and you'll be able to defend the skill properly. Now, how does the internship program works? Right. So I said this briefly already. We have business partners who have trusted Amdari with their unique business challenge. And with this business challenge, they have trusted us to work closely with our interns to deliver a solution, right? So now when you come on board as an intern, you'll be assigned to a team and you have a team lead. Your team lead is going to be the one guiding you every step of the way. The typical support that will not be provided in a work setting because they expect you to work independently and they expect you to hit the ground running on day one will be provided here. So that by the time you apply to those jobs, you're able to hit the ground running because that's expected already, right? So we give you the business challenge. You're assigned to groups by your team lead, and your team lead is a subject area expert in your field. So data scientists will not have someone from anywhere. Just that's not going to be the case. It's going to be a data scientist with nothing less than 8 years experience that will be leading your team, right? The same thing for cybersecurity, the same thing, all of that. That's the case. So you have your team, you're assigned, you come together, brainstorm, depending on the problem you're solving at that point in time. And I'll be showing us that briefly, right? I'll show us one of the projects our interns are working on. You come together, brainstorm, come up with a solution to the problem, and then present the solution to your team lead and stakeholders. When you do your presentation, remember your team lead will naturally review your work. They'll let you know areas of improvement, what you've not done right and can improve on, and all of that. When you improve on this, you would now have to present it, and then you see how you've been able to impact this business, right? And then you get to also add this project and this impact. Let me not call it project. You get to add this impact to your portfolio, right? So when you add it to your portfolio and your CV, in the course of we revamping it for you, it's going to reflect all of this impact, metrics, and everything that commands attention when a recruiter is going through your CV and get them curious that, okay, he was able to improve your process, or he was able to add, increase revenue by 50%, by 30%. Oh, that's impressive. We would like to get to know this person. They're already impressed. They are already inquisitive, right? They want to know how you did it. So they would reach out to you for an interview. You being in that interview, you will be able to defend everything on your CV because Amdari provided you with that actual experience, right? Not made up. You didn't send your CV to somebody and then they just put some things on it and then you go into an interview and it's going to be an actual experience that you can defend, right? So when you do that, it's impressive. When you get the job, you say, oh, hi, I'm Dari. I got the job. I'd like to get a reference letter. We will attest to the fact that, yes, you actually did everything you said you did. Yes, you worked with us within the period that is indicated and you gained this experience. That's what the reference letter also helps you with, right? So I've already mentioned how this program works. So you get to work on nothing less than 10 projects across different industries. So today it might be a project with a company in the financial services, tomorrow FMCG and the likes, and I'll show us all of that real quick, okay? And you get to work in a cross-functional team. I was talking about how project managers get to work with business analysts and all of that area. So let me just quickly show us a particular, just a minute. So I'll show us what this looks like. That's the project that our interns are currently working on, so that you understand how this experience is immersive at the moment. So like I said, please feel free to start typing in your question. I'll be taking questions very, very quickly. All right. So for the internship experience, right, one thing you're going to do is work with tools like Google Classroom, Slack, and also Google Meet. Now, for Google Classroom, what you'll be doing is majorly to see your task assignments. That's what you're working on, the business introduction, this company, right? What is it about them? That's the business introduction. Then the business problem. What problem are they solving? Then the challenge, the business challenge also that they are facing. And that's where you come in, right? So first you would have a proper understanding of this business. From understanding this business, you move on to seeing what challenge they have and how you get to solve it. This is one for data analytics that our interns worked on just recently, right? So you see all the details here. So when I click on this, for example, when I click on this, you're redirected to this page where you can see the details about the project. So now this is a project for data analyst, and it's optimizing order fulfillment, right? So this project is in the specialization is supply chain analytics, and the industry is logistics and supply chain, and you'll be working with Excel. You have projects that you get to also work with Power BI, Tableau, Lucas Studio, SQL, and the likes, right? So this is one project, for example. The learning skills will be Microsoft proficiency, data analytics, dashboarding, order fulfillment, and the like. Now let's get to understand the business. So the name of this business is Streamline Logistics Solution, right? A distinguished and long-standing player in supply chain and logistics industry with rich history dating back to over 2 decades. So this is the business introduction. So you get to understand the business. Now the business problem is also here. So we break down everything for you to understand and see how you get to like interact. Then I mentioned something earlier regarding crash courses and resources that we provide you, so that when you get stuck, you're able to see, okay, how do I, install this tool? How do I do that? How do I do this? This is how this internship program helps you to do all of that. Now, when you're working and you get stuck, you can reach out to your team lead, right? And remember, I said you'll be working in a team. So you have your team supporting you as well. So you're not working in isolation at all. You're not working in isolation, right? So now that sits on the what's it called now? That sits on the project side. And like I said earlier, we focus on every career path. We have cybersecurity too. For cybersecurity professionals, for example, they are working on a particular project at the moment for the financial service sector. So let's click on it real quick so I can just show you again, just so that everybody knows that this program carries every one of you along, right? So if you fall under any of the category of the career paths that I mentioned earlier, trust me, it's a very detailed experience and immersive one. And the project kind of, advances as it goes. Like I said, you're working on nothing less than 10 projects, right? So, and it's across 10 industries, at least 10 industries, and across different countries, UK, US, and Canada, right? So now, for cybersecurity now, the tool they are working with for this project is Wireshark, Splunk, and Autopsy. And they're also, the industry is logistics and supply chain management, right? And specialization is digital forensics, right? So this talks about the business, Swift's logistics solution, the business problem, and how you come in, right? So that's majorly it. And you also get to know the duration of the project, when you're expected to be done working on the project, right? So you get to see every task that you need to work on right here when you're interning at Amdari, okay? So it's very important for you to note that this experience is immersive, like I said, and your CV is revamped. I've already kind of broken down the process of revamping this internship. This CV for you. We majorly put in the key things that these recruiters want to see when you apply to jobs. There is also the interview prep session. There is the mock interview session as well, where you get to practicalize everything you've been told in the course of your internship, right? So it's very easy and immersive, and I'll quickly show you how to secure your spot. There is also mentorship with industry leading experts and on the job support. Please don't forget that, right? So it's very easy. Our next cohort is starting on 8th of February, and the next one after this is starting on 8th of March. So it depends on the spot you want to secure. So let's say you want to secure your February spot, you can do that today. and it's very easy. And I'll show us right now how you can secure your spot. So now, for you to secure your spots, first, please note that the cost of this internship is very, very affordable and can be split across 5 months, right? So for you to secure your spot, you can just start with $90. I mean, that's just an amount to just get like a burger or something for the weekend, right? So the internship is a proper investment in your professional development. Like I was saying earlier, we've invested so much in gaining the skill, and there is a reason why we are even on this call in the first place. There is a reason why we started the career development in the first place. If all of these reasons, if despite all of this, we are now going to like not take total advantage. Remember what I said earlier, when applying to jobs, you're not in the job market as entry levels, applying to entry level roles alone. We have a lot of people in other, senior level roles who were laid off for whatever reason or are transitioning, and they have transferable skills and they can outperform you. So how do you take total advantage of every tool in your job seeker arsenal, right? That's what this internship does for you. It immerses you and makes you present yourself in an interview as convincingly as a senior level professional would, right? So you won't even be presenting yourself as entry or something because of how this experience would immerse you, right? So I'll show us quickly how to secure our spot, but I would love one of our interns at Amdari to quickly give us because we have someone on the call and we'd love to share his experience as to how the internship program has been for him. So while he's joining us, hi Ayo Damola, you on the call with us? Just indicate so I know you're here before I proceed. So while we are waiting for Ayo Damola to indicate, okay, awesome, thank you. So he's here with us. So I'll come to you briefly. Let me just show them how to secure their spot. So Ayo Damola is currently a cybersecurity consultant at Amdari, and he's one of our interns for the January cohort, and the experience, I believe, has been great for him, and that's why he wants to share his experience with everyone on this call. So you won't just take our word for it. You will also hear from someone who has, experienced it so far. Like I said, securing your spot is as easy as starting with $90, and you can spread it across 5 months, right? Because the original fee is $600, but there's a discount going on right now, and in the spirit of, February, new month, and all of that. Happy new month, by the way, everyone. I forgot to say that at the start of the session. So in the spirit of the new month, we decided to, make this discount last for the next 3 days. So it will be ending in 3 days time. That by 12 a.m. on the 4th of February, the discount will be closed and the price will go back to $600. So if you're interested, please take advantage of this 25% discount and secure your spot with just $90. And you can pay, and let me just show you. Once you click on the link that my colleagues are dropping in the chat, you will be redirected to this particular page that you see. The link is right here in the chat. Let me just drop it for you again. I know it's been dropped before, but for the purpose of where we are right now, okay, my colleague Tomiwa just dropped it again. Once you click on that link, you're redirected to this page. On this page, you would see the list of courses, or rather internship programs, the list of internship programs that you can select from. So it depends on the one that applies to you. If it's data analytics that applies to you, data science, or whichever, like I said, 8, right? Select it. So let's say I want to secure my spot as, let's say, a project manager, right? So I click on project management and I am redirected straight to this page where I can make my payment by securing my spot. Once you click on that and you're redirected here, just a minute. So once you click on that and you're redirected here, you just select the payment plan that works for you. We have 5. If you want to pay all at once, please feel free. If you want to pay in 2 installments, 3 installments, or 4 installments, please feel free. There's also the 5 installments payment. So once you select that, just scroll down, right? And then secure your spot. So once you secure your spot, you would see that the payment is due after every 4 weeks. So if you pay today, it will be due on the 1st of March, to be the next one April, the next one May, the next one June. And then you click on proceed. You've already selected that you want to go with this 5 installment. You've already indicated, just input your name, input your email address, and then input your phone number, and then you can just easily secure your spots. It's that easy, like I said, right? So securing your spot again, doesn't matter where you're joining from, it's US, UK, or Canada. You can always click on this right here, this flag here, to select the currency that applies to you. You can see that I just can select USD, AED for people living in Dubai and the likes. So you can just select any currency that works, and it will show you the equivalent of the price in your currency, and you can just secure your spot. To secure your spot for this internship is very, very easy and straight to the point. So I'll be attending to questions real quick, but let's hear from Ayodamola. There's also another exciting aspect of Amdari that I would love to show you. So there's a way we set you up for success in terms of being able to land a job faster, and that's with our job board, right? And then we have the portfolio website as well. You have this website to yourself that does everything a portfolio website does. When you don't have to pay for maintenance or anything. We all know how expensive it is to build a website today, right? So let me quickly allow Ayodamola to speak. Hi, Ayodamola, please over to you.
Oh, good evening, Naomi. I hope I'm audible.
Good evening. Yes, very, very audible.
All
Thanks
right.
for joining us.
Thank you very much. My experience with Amdari.
Sorry, are you in a place where you can turn on your camera? But if you can't, that's okay.
I could have turned on my camera, but unfortunately there's a power failure. So if I turn my camera, everywhere is just so dark. So
that's fine.
You don't see anything.
All right, that's all.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. I signed up for Amdari just the second week of January, to be precise. So it's been 3 weeks now, and the experience has been nothing short of awesome. I'm a cybersecurity intern, and we've been given tasks that simulates real world environments, and that's just the first of many. And even if the tasks are quite challenging, it's preparing you very well to actually face the challenges in the real world when you get to the labor market. So Amdari experience is awesome, and I will employ you guys to actually enroll in it. It's awesome, and it's going to shape you up for that tech job you're looking for. I can assure you of that one, because from my own little experience, even if I've just been 3 weeks there, I've seen so much positives, and that's just the mindset for me. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Ayodamola, for that. So it's one of our interns, right? So I'll be taking questions right now. All right, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking out the time to be here with us. Okay, so I believe we have more people on this call that will be joining, Ayodamola. And there is something I would love to also mention. It's the importance of networking, and this program gives you that. In fact, we've realized that a very large percentage, over 40%, of tech recruitment happens from recommendations and referrals. So it's about who you know in the tech space. So imagine you trying to build a career in tech and you don't have tech friends, you don't have tech colleagues, you don't have tech people you've interacted with. This internship is where you start building that. And you're not building it with people you're just learning with, right? You're also going to be doing that with people who are in the field and chasing the career path alongside you. Okay, so I'll be taking questions shortly. So let me share my screen real quick to also show you the job board. Just a minute. So I believe we are good with what the payment flow looks like, right? Okay. So share my screen. So I'll be walking us through the job board, and you would see the different job postings that we have. So you can see that these jobs were posted 2 days ago, right? And these are jobs 100% remote. These jobs are 100% remote. They are jobs from the UK, US, and Canada. We are very intentional at Amdari. And for everything we put out there at Amdari, it is always with something major in mind. What countries hire tech professionals the most? Because one of the surveys has even proven that when it comes to you, trying to position yourself better, trying to get a job, you need to carry out research. Check out companies that are hiring the most. Check out tools that they are hiring for the most. And we don't joke with survey at Amdari. That's why we designed this internship the way we did, right? So when we list jobs, and all jobs on Amdari are entry level, right? They are entry level, and one thing they do is they always indicate something major for you, right? Jobs that are posted in the UK, US, and we fetch these jobs from Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, GitHub, and all the job posting platforms that are very famous for posting legit and good jobs. So when you see all these jobs, you can easily apply to them, right? Using the Amdari platform. And one thing we always encourage is please, please, and please, the minute you start getting to your third month, and we know that we've revamped your CV and you've gained major experience, start applying to at least 5 jobs in a day. This is how you start setting yourself up for success. Now, like I said, I really love us to work with proof in a lot of situations. So we have a couple of job postings that have also indicated something around job requirements and the key thing regarding experience. So I would love us to do like a quick I love us to do like a quick check. So this is read.co.uk, and let's say we want to search for a data analyst role. Let's search the box. So let's search for that. So I'm trying to indicate something here, and that's majorly regarding experience, right? So how these companies require you to have experience, all right? So it's very important for us to also bear this in mind, right? So if at all you're in the UK and you need a job, this is actually for you. So I don't know why the page is not opening up so fast. Okay, I just navigated some background. All right, so still loading, but I won't let that take too much of our time. All right, but like I said, if you're in the UK, this is majorly for you, to be honest, right? Take advantage of Amdari job board, take advantage of our portfolio. Okay, I just remember that I've not showed us the portfolio. So since this one is still loading, so let's just come here. So the portfolio is everything a portfolio website does, right? The portfolio website at Amdari is everything a portfolio website does. And this is just set up for you by filling a form. You don't need to drag and drop. You don't need to do anything. The portfolio website is automatically set up. When you fill a form, you see your job title, your name, how you can easily be contacted. When they click on contact me, gives them this pop-up. They can see projects you've worked on. When they click here, I only have 2 projects, don't mind me. So they can see projects you've worked on, the industry, the level, and everything like that, right? They can see your main portfolio website as well. And you can easily share this portfolio website with recruiters. So you can see that it says, hi, I'm Tori Samson, a data engineer from Nigeria. You can, like I said, just fill in a form and all this is filled up for you. And you can easily impute about you, update your profile when you do that. And you can also add your years of experience, the number of tools you're proficient in, the number of projects you've worked on. About you, you can write it as detailed as you want to describe yourself very well. This just shows that you're open to opportunities. These are projects you can work on as well. You've worked on rather, so you can add as many as you want, right? Specialization, this shows your area of specialization. You can easily edit. With Amdari, you can easily edit every aspect of this. Same thing applies to tools, experience, and everything you see here. And they can contact you easily, right? So how do you share this with recruiters? Just click on this share icon. We all know what a share icon looks like. Just click on it, and your X, you can share it on X, you can share it on Facebook, you can share it on LinkedIn, you can share it on WhatsApp, or you can just copy the link and paste in your CV. You know that place where you're typically expected to impute your what's it called now? Your portfolio link, right? Put it there, and you'll be able to click, and they will be redirected to this page. This shows intentionality on your part, right? This shows intentionality and the extent you've gone to build your career. Remember what I said, making yourself a total package, standing out and outperforming everyone else that is applying to that role as you have, right? Or as you are applying. So this is why this internship experience is honestly like one of a kind. Like you can't get everything Amdari gives you anywhere else, right? So for, like I said, this session is for everyone who has indicated that, oh, I have certification, I don't have experience. Oh, I recently moved to the UK for my master's and I'm trying to get a job in the UK. Oh, I just have a few personal projects in my portfolio, nothing more than that, no real world experience. I've never worked in a real business setting. This internship is for you. I know my colleagues have been answering quite a number of questions in the chat. I'll still walk us through how to make payments. Like I said, all you have to do is click on this link that my colleagues have been dropping, right? And then, just a minute. Click on the link that my colleagues have been dropping. You'll be redirected to this page easily, right? So let me click on the link again. In case you missed it, let me click on the link, paste it for you, and you're brought to this page. Please save the link. You can copy it. Let me pin the link so that we all have access to it. Yeah, let me just pin it. So it's pinned, you'd always see it there. So when you click on the link, you're redirected to this page again, right? Select the internship program that you want to enroll for. Once you select it, you are redirected here, right? Where you can select the payment plan and currency that works for you. So let's say you want to pay in, let's select this, for example, the United Arab Emirates currency. So this is the different payment plans that you can select from. It's fine. You can start with the 5 installments, secure your spot. If you want to pay in USD, just select USD. If you want to pay in pounds, just select it as well. Every currency is here. Even if it's Ghana cedi, you have it here as well. Once you secure your spot by selecting the 5 installments, which is $90, right? Okay. So once you secure your spots, okay. So just click on secure your spots, and then you see this right here, right? Click on proceed again, and you are brought to this page. Just input your name, input your email address and your phone number, and then you would naturally be redirected to a page that shows you an enrollment form. This allows us to capture your details and the program you've enrolled for, as well as the country you're joining us from, so that we put your time zone into consideration. Very important. So once you fill this form, you would have your record. So it's important. After payment, you would see this form automatically, right? But in case you close it by mistake, don't worry at all. You can always go back to this form that I shared initially, right? This one. This form. You can always come back here. When you come back to this form, it's easy. Just click on payment registration form. We will be able to capture your details from here, right? So just fill it up, select the cohort you want to start with. If it's February, if it's March, we are happy to have you join us at any time. All right. So I'll take questions now. I see we have a lot of hands raised. And for people who have been typing in their questions in the chat, I know my colleagues have been doing justice to responding. And so I'll just attend to people whose hands are up. So I see 4 hands raised. Let me start with Omolola. Hi, Omolola, how are you doing? Then I'll come to Ipoma, Kende, and Eric. These are the hands I see raised. Hello, Omolola, how are you doing today? Hi, Omolola, can you hear me? Okay, let me move on to Ipoma. Hello, Ipoma. I believe they can unmute now, Tomiwa. They can, right? You've given them the, okay, great. Ipoma, I am waiting. Okay, I'm not sure we can hear Ipoma. Let me move on to Kendi. Hi, Kendi.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Excuse me.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
I'm Kenny speaking.
Okay,
Can
let
you
me
hear
take Ipoma. Kenny, yes, I'll come back to you. Let me speak to Ipoma. Sorry.
All right.
All right, thank you.
I'll
Hi,
try to-
Ipoma.
Yeah, hi. So I have different questions. So the first one is
Okay.
I have learned business analysis, and I've also learned data analytics, right?
Okay.
And you know, for a lot of business analysts, when you see some job descriptions, it will be telling you, yes, I want a business analyst, but in the description you probably start seeing like, oh, I want somebody that has SQL or visualization experience and all that. So the truth is, what I want to be is like a business intelligence analyst that has the combination of both, right? But from what I'm seeing here, you guys have for data analytics and you have for business analysis. So how about if I want the experience in both of them? Because that's what I'm pursuing, not just being proficient in data analysis without business analyst experience, if that makes sense. So how do I do that? What's your advice? What do you think I should do?
Okay. All right. So before I take your question, Ifoma, so I'm seeing Abu's question in the chat. Abu, it's 6 months. It's not 3 months. The internship is for 6 months. All right. Okay. Moving on to Ifoma. I believe I've answered your question, Abu. It's 6 months. 6 months. I've said that in the course of this session. 6 months, not 3 months at all. Okay, Ifoma. So back to you now. So you have the skill that's working with SQL or even learning it rather? Have you learned it?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you asking if this internship covers for the expected requirements in terms of the job requirements? Is that what you're asking?
So the thing is, I'm not an entry level person, right? But yes,
Okay.
I transitioned to tech. I took like a gap year to study, right? To transition to tech. So while I was doing that, I studied both business analysis and data analytics.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes,
So now I want a job as either a business analyst, data analyst, or business intelligence analyst because I have the experiences in these fields, right? So my question to you is, what particular internship will I? First of all, does it even apply to me? Because I have about 16 years experience working, right? But
Okay.
not necessarily in tech, even though I've been in like a project or in some projects in the past. But my question now is, which of these interns applies to me? And do you think it's advisable for me to actually do internship based on the fact that I've had some experiences in the past?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. That's a very brilliant question. So, you said it also that your experience is not necessarily in tech. So, yes, I advise you take this internship program. You just have an advantage. You've worked in a work setting before, but not in this capacity. And if you're looking to land a job as either a data analyst, business intelligence analyst, or business analyst, then you need a proof of work. While your transferable skill will be an edge. You know what I said regarding being in the job market with not all entry-level professionals. I mentioned how I was also in this position. I have been working in tech, but I kind of upskilled. That needed me to add another level of experience so as to be able to land the job, right? So it's important that, okay, whatever is worth doing well. If you want to get a job, you've never worked in tech, you have previous experience working in other industries and all of that. Yes, transferable skills will be like an added advantage for you. That's taking total advantage of every tool in your arsenal, right? But if you add this experience to it, that's another way to stand out. So just take total advantage, right? So that you don't have a reason to be. Remember what I said regarding, okay, if this person, if a recruiter has 2 qualified candidates, they'll go with the person that has like an internship experience or a form of business setting experience in that field. And that's because this is a factor that's very influential. Experience is a factor that is influential, and you're not in that job market alone. So it's not just about you, it's about you, the person applying, the other people applying rather, and then the job recruiter. So since it's not about you alone, consider the fact that another person might be coming with a gun to just maybe a boxing fight or something. So it's very important to always go prepared and not half prepared. Then for which you should intern as. So that's highly dependent on the career path that you want to chase. If you're more passionate about data analytics, please jump on data analytics internship. If you're more passionate, okay.
All right, sorry, I just wanted to chip in because
Okay.
I know Ifoma is more concerned about becoming a business intelligence developer. So Ifoma, my name is Ifemena Ipro, and I'm the co-founder of Amdari. So your question was very interesting, just based off the way you portrayed yourself and your experience and the things that you've learned. So if you're looking at getting into business intelligence development, or that's BI developer or engineering role, the data analytics track will suit you better. Okay, so what's data analytics? Data analytics covers a whole spectrum of roles, and business intelligence is just one out of so many other career paths that you can actually take on. Okay, so if you're looking at business intelligence basically it's a data analyst role, what you're more concerned around is using BI tools to make informed decision, which is
Yeah.
technically still data analytics, but you're more focused
Mhm.
towards using tools like Power BI and Tableau. Now, the developing, yeah, so the engineering and the developer part of things is going beyond the analytics itself. Okay. So you're
Mhm.
looking at automation, you're looking at getting the data. So most data analysts would require the data, they would need the data to do the analysis. So you as a BI developer or engineer, you would also be required to have some form of engineering skills where you can pull data by yourself, do some form of automation, and do all the things that you need to do. And that's perfectly what you'll be doing within the data analytics internship. Okay, so the data analytics internship prepares you for so many roles within the data analyst space, within the BI space that you're looking at getting into. So if you go for data analytics, you can work as a data analyst, as a BI analyst, like you're looking for, sales analyst, customer and product analyst, and so on and so forth. So there are so many roles that you could actually get into, going through the data analytics track, and that's what you prepare you for, essentially. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. One more question. How about, a lot of maybe these training institutes that we all train with, right? They promise us, oh, they're going to give you, of course we do some projects. I've done some projects in those what will I call them, training institutes that I joined, right? And then they say, okay, you can put it on your CV. But nowadays recruiters are beginning to understand that a lot of people coming into tech, right, claiming maybe they have certain years of experience. What they've done is they've gone to these training institutes. Yes, they got some form of training or some form of internship there for some few months, and then they portray it in their CVs saying, "Oh, I have work experience." But then these recruiters, they're now beginning to know that all these training, all these companies they are putting, they're actually training institutes. So it's not like these people have really worked in like companies that actually are into maybe software development or whatever, right? How do you guys plan to tackle that for us? So assuming I sign up and then I have Amdari as one of the companies I worked in, right? And I say, oh, I did this, I did that. What if they
Okay.
start to challenge me? You know that
Yeah.
we know
All
I'm
right.
married for this. How come you're saying you understand what I mean?
Yes, 100%. Mommy, sorry, I sent you a message on WhatsApp. So this is a very common question, and there's something I would like to take this question just because of the concern. So I've been doing this, or we have been doing this for the last 10 years. Okay, so we understand the job market, we understand recruiters, we are constantly speaking to recruiters, employers, and all that. In fact, all the projects you're going to be working on are from startups. Okay, so we are constantly in conversations with these people. So if you go to the website, so Omomi, please, you could just go to the website, normal website, not the back end, not the customer facing aspect, the normal website. You'll find out that every information that is there portrays work experience. Okay, so it doesn't show anything about it's not a training company. We don't train you. We give you projects for you to work on, real life projects for you to work on. So there is no place that shows that this is a learning institute or you're working in a place where you are where you're learning. Okay, so it portrays you to be working on standard projects within the industry. Okay, so if you go to Ray Amdari's website, all you see is, would you want to share my screen? Or would you prefer?
No, so I'm sharing my screen. Just it went off briefly. I'm sharing it already.
Okay. All right. So all the information that you get from the website, from the landing page to to the rave page, so the internship page and all that, everything that we have on that page portrays us as work experience. Okay, the only platform that guarantees you work experience, and like you've rightly said, you can actually go to learn data analytics, data science, or whatsoever from any institute or any platform. So just give me a second. I'm going to share my screen now so I can show you this real quick. Okay. Tomorrow, please, could you give me permission to share my screen? I can't seem to share my screen from here. So we are the only platform that guarantees you to have guaranteed work experience. So you can actually learn from any other platform. So you can learn from YouTube, you can learn from Udemy, you can learn from Udacity. Literally, there are 1,001 boot camps that you could actually learn today.
Analytics.
There is Analytics, yes, 100%. All right. So you can learn from anywhere in the world, honestly. But Amdari is the only platform where you can gain real world experience. It's the only platform anywhere in the world. You can check, you can search, you can do all the research that you want to do.
To be honest, is the first. So I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's the first time I've seen such.
Yeah.
Why
So,
I'm interested.
100%. So everybody can go ahead to learn as much as they can learn. But one thing you need to guarantee, one thing you should have at the back of your mind is, if you spend the next 10 years learning cannot get you the job. If you tell people, oh, I have learned Power BI, oh, I'm a cybersecurity analyst, I've learned how to use SIEM tools like Splunk, I've used Wazoo, I've used Cisco Packet Tracer. You've learned, fine, but what have you implemented? Tell me the things you've implemented. So implementation is now the new gold. Experience is the new gold that you need in order for you to get a job. And I usually tell most people, I usually tell most people, the reason why we started this is to help most Africans looking to transition into the tech space. Okay, so one major thing that puts us at a disadvantage, especially for guys in the UK, is relevant work experience. You've done 16 years or 10 years in another industry, and you're looking at how you can fine-tune that experience into the experience that you want to go into. So some people have done customer service, they've done banking, they've done whatsoever career path, but that's not what they want to do anymore, and they want to go into a new career path. They find it difficult to transition. So that's why most people go do their masters, they'll go do some other program because they feel like that program is going to give them the advantage in getting a job. Guess what? They try to do that and they find out that they need experience in order for them to get the job. Now, the key posing question is, where do you get that experience? And I can say it again, the only platform that guarantees you that experience is Amdari. It's as simple as that. Okay, so the projects you're going to be working on are not random projects. Okay, they are not any platform, like any project that you see on Amdari. Okay, they are not random projects. These are real life projects. Okay, real life companies. The only thing that we do is we don't share those information with you just because of data privacy. Okay, so you need experience, you can work on real life projects, but you don't need to know the name of the organization. Okay, and one of the major reasons why we're doing that, like I said, data privacy. Another aspect is just reputational risk. Okay, so if you take, for example, the cybersecurity projects they're working on at the moment, the company experienced a data breach that led to some of their critical information being exposed to hackers. Now, if you know the organization, it's a threat to their reputation. Okay. So we try to withhold those kind of information to avoid any form of reputational risk. The same thing with the supply chain company, the data analysts are working with at the moment, is an Irish-based tech startup. Okay, it's in Ireland. The startup is in Ireland, and they also had issues with backlog. Okay, and that's one of the major reasons why we don't like to share this personal information, so that it doesn't change the perspective of the company itself. So that's the case itself. So just to wrap it up, I know your question was very straight to the point, but essentially what we have done is to ensure that we've built a platform where you can work on projects. Okay, for the next 6 months, nobody's saying you should be with us for the next 6 months. You have to wait to the end of 6 months before you can get a job. You can actually start today. We work on your CV within a month. We work on your CV, your LinkedIn profile. We do a mentorship within 4 weeks to 8 weeks of you starting. You can start applying for jobs. We have, the remote job board that's the Amdari remote job site, where we have consolidated different remote jobs from different sites in one central location. So rather than you going on LinkedIn to look for a remote job, Simply Hired, Glassdoor, Well-Founded, and rest of them to be looking for remote jobs, we've consolidated everything in one central location for your use. Okay, you have a good CV, you have a LinkedIn profile, you have interview preparation, you have all the things that you're beck and call to ensure that you get that job. So yeah, build your experience, and the only place you could do that is with Amdari. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I guess you've gotten yourself a customer. Thanks.
All right. Looking forward to having you on board, Ifoma. Appreciate
Mm.
it.
All right, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Ikoma. It's good to have you on board. Okay, so let me move on to the other people who's on.
Yes. Lolo, can you
Okay,
hear me?
can
Miss
you?
Kendi Bakari. All right,
Yes,
thank you
yes,
very much.
yes. All right.
Yeah, so you said something. You said the program is not for people who haven't really learned. And but currently I'm learning, and I just want to know the stage that I should be in, so that I can so that I might have a good leverage, to get the best from Amdari. I'm switching in a way. I'm interested in data analysis. Although I need to get a difference, I need to have a very good perspective about what the data science is and the data analysis. I I think that perhaps data analysis is a branch of data science. Data science is a broader, maybe a broader kind of course that has data analysis as its branch. Kind of, that's the perception I have about that. All right. So having said this, so where that can in my learning, where do you think I should be, such that I can have a good leverage to learn from Amdari? Because I don't just want to. I'm not really very much like interested in just getting the experience, but having to struggle at the end of the day, I can't really make the best use of the opportunity. But so that kind of knowledge I need to kind of be in a good position to get the best from the program. So, and yeah, so I have some other question, but maybe I should just still pause now while you answer this question.
Okay, so what stage of learning are you? Are you almost done? Because yes, like you rightly said, Amdari doesn't train you from the scratch. You need to have gained, even if it's a basic knowledge or foundational knowledge, enough for us to know that you you are not entirely new to the field and you already understand the basic concepts in either data science or data analytics, depending on the career path or any of the other six that we have in addition to those two. So we need to know that you've already gained the foundational knowledge and you understand the concepts and everything regarding that field. So when that is clear,
Okay.
okay. All right. So when that's very clear and we know that okay, you don't have to have gained a certificate, like one person was asking in the chat, do I need to have a certificate before I can join? No, as long as you've learned it, you can join us, right? So are you almost done? If you are, yes, you can join us already. But if you're not, maybe you just started, we would advise that you at least get to the point where you're almost done. If you want to already start, like jump on the internship immediately. So you can. So are you almost done? First off.
No, I'm not almost done. I started not too long anyway, but I believe that it's something that is, I don't know how, it's not exhaustive. It's something that, so like maybe there are things that I should know as a beginner, or so that scope, the things I need to know, like where do I need to be in a very good position to start. So like I said, I've just started anyway. So what I don't think, maybe if you also have some, because you know better, you know what you're looking, you know what we're going to experience in the Amdari, you know the kind of projects we're going to be asked to do. So I think you probably be in a better position to kind of highlight the things that maybe probably should be known now, or things like that. So to know where what I should do to make decisions. Yeah.
Okay, so although the questions are not exactly clear, but I get what you're trying to say. More like, what stage should you get to in the field before you can, sorry, in your learning, before you can jump on the internship, right?
Yes.
Okay, what course are you taking? Is it in data analytics or data science?
I'm taking the course in data science. Yeah. So,
Okay,
but I
so
have some loads of. Actually, I have a plan. I first started on a YouTube, and after about 13 hours course or something, then there's another one 5 hours. Then I've got another one which has to do with data analysis with for like 4 weeks course like that. So, but I know that if I have to wait to learn all these things, maybe I would be, so. But
Yeah.
so what do I have to learn all these things before I think I can jump on?
Okay.
That
Yeah,
because I'm not
your
very clear.
question
Yeah.
is clear now. Yeah, your question is very clear now. So I see you're approaching it from the self-paced learning approach.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
means when you're done with this video or this crash course or this course, you take another course because of the structure you're using right now. So what I'll
Yes.
tell you is you would always feel like there is still something to learn if you keep going this approach, right? If you keep using this approach, because you're learning from different people with this approach. It's not like a training organization, so it's not exactly structured or designed by one firm. So you're learning from this person on YouTube. When you're done with their course, maybe 13 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, you jump on another one, you learn it. Most likely the first video you've watched has covered pretty much majority of the tools and concepts. Most likely, it depends on how in depth that particular person went, right? So, but what I'll tell you is you can actually secure your spot already. I thought you were, learning in a school or like a training organization or something where it's structured and then it's like, oh, the first week you learn this, the next week you learn. So, since that's not the case, in this situation, what you can do is secure your spot for the internship. You've already started learning it, right? And like I said, the approach you're using, you always feel like if you don't switch up the learning approach. So you need to adopt a new learning approach. Like I mentioned when I was speaking, learning by self-paced videos and everything would always make you feel like, okay, there's still more to learn, or but if you don't switch it up by learning with others, learning in a team, in your case, there is even no live classes, no instructor-led experience. So it might take a while for you to, so I can't tell you that, oh, it's when you get to this point because you're using this particular structure, but make sure that, okay, for the basic concept and everything, like I said, that's why we keep saying, as long as you have foundational knowledge, you understand the foundational concepts and everything you should understand in that build. This internship is also meant to, it's learning on the job. It's a real world scenario of the job, but you're learning on it. And like I said, what will not be accommodated in a real company sense, like what will not be accommodated, is something that this internship helps you with. That's working independently, because you'll be learning. Your team lead will be guiding you, right? So that point where you can work independently when you start applying to jobs. So you have a guide. You won't get stuck, because the way you're learning now, like I said, it's not even instructor-led, and you're not interacting with people per se. So you need to switch things up so you don't keep feeling stuck. But before you commence the internship, I'll just need you to be very disciplined in your learning and be accountable to yourself, at least before you join us, so that we become your accountability partner at that point. So at least get to that point where you can boldly say that, yes, I have learned these tools, right, properly, right? Python, I've learned it properly. SQL, I've learned it properly. All of the tools that you need to learn. Make sure that, again, I know you can learn every tool, especially within a short span of time, right? But just make sure that you learn the major tools that you need to learn as a data scientist before you start the internship. You've already started, like you said, so I believe that. And maybe you saying, oh, you've not really gone far, or might still be that idea of, oh, I don't think I've learned enough. And that would, you can be saying this in the next 1 year, trust me, if you keep learning like this. You keep feeling like, oh, so at what point, because of the approach you're using. So yes, you can jump on this internship, but be very, very disciplined in your learning, so that when you start, we are not starting with you from the scratch, because we don't train. We just help you with crash courses that will further, and like I showed when I was doing like that demo thing, the tools, the crash courses, how to install this tool, how to do this on this tool, and all of the Python, Power BI, and like how to, So it's very important for you to just make sure that you learn it to that reasonable level, that crash courses can help support you. Your team lead support will also be sufficient and all that, because we're starting from scratch. It's not training. Is that fine?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. So I have another question.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm planning to start in March, and then there's a window for this discount, is the discount open in March too? Or I will essentially need to just maybe just apply now and then just wait
Secure
till
your
March.
spots.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So what was it? Is it that this discount is still open in March?
Okay, no, I can't assure you of that. on
Okay.
this call at this time. I can't assure you. The only assurance I can give you is this discount is open for the next 3 days. If you want to secure your spots, do that now. You can always, you know that form I showed when I was presenting my screen,
Yes.
this particular form. Yeah, that's where you can indicate the cohort you want to start. This. So by the time you fill this, click on next, fill it, click on next, you see the month, select it, we will receive it on the back end. So we will be able to know that, okay, yes, you're not starting with us in February, you're starting in March. So it's okay for you to already secure your spots. Yes.
Okay, so this link, is it the one that talks about, I mean, that links us to the payment? This one you just showed now, the one, this Google form. Is it,
Okay,
which maybe
no.
you should put it on the chat so I can
Yeah.
see.
So
it
I
too.
pinned it already, but let me
Okay, you
copy
picked it. Okay.
Yeah, let me copy it again. So paste it now. All right. Okay, sorry.
Hello.
Hi, please. I'm
Yeah.
coming to you shortly. Sorry, I'm coming to you now. All right, so let me just paste it for you now.
Okay.
So this is the link again. So just click on it to secure your spot. So let me show you quickly. So when you click on that link, you'll be redirected to this particular page, right? This page. Once you are redirected here, select data science, since that's the one that applies to you. When you click on data science, you'll be redirected to this page, right? Ignore this, it will carry your own career path. You'll be redirected to this page and select the currency you want to pay in. If it's USD, if it's Naira, if it's pounds, just select it. Select 5 installments or 4 installments, whichever one that works for the payment plan that works for you. Select it, then click on secure your spot, right? So once you click on secure, sorry, I didn't select a plan. So once you secure your, please, so yeah, don't make the mistake I just made. Make sure you secure your, you select the payment plan. If it's 4, make sure you click like this. Click on it before you click on secure internship. When you click, now I have selected 5 installments. Secure your spot. It will show you this, right? So you can secure your spot today, pay the next one in March. So it's like, oh, you pay 2 installments before you even start. Then you pay the next one in April and you'll be done by June. Then you click on proceed, right? Once you click on proceed, you will be redirected to this page. After you fill in your information and you pay, you will be redirected to this form, like I said. So now let's say I'm imputing my name. So let's say, excuse me, let's say I'm imputing my name. I type in me, and then I type in my surname, sorry, and then I type in my email address to reply at gmail.com, and then I select my country of residence, and then I select my current status, let me say career switcher, and then I input my phone number, and then I click on next, right? The next thing is to come to this page. I select the program I want to pay for. Because this demo is also for you, let me just select the one that applies to you. And then you select a screenshot, right, of your payment. That's, you need to send the receipts. You need to add it to this. So you select the receipt of your payment. It can be a screenshot. It can be your, what's it called now? Let me see, can I click this? Let's say I select this. Let's see. Oh, okay. Doesn't accept this file. So let me select the file that accepts just quickly. Let me just select an image. Yeah, let me select this. So let's say I select this, and so this in this case is my own payment receipt, right? So this is your payment receipt. You have to upload it. Then I state the name of the account I used in making payment. Let me just say Uni, and then I click on next, right? So I am redirected here. When do you intend to start the internship?
Yeah, right.
March 8th, right? Just select it. And then how did you find out about Amdari? You can select anyone that applies to you here. And then what influenced your decision to join? So you can also indicate what influenced you to enroll. So yeah, so that's just it. Just indicate, and we will receive it on the back end. So you will be joining the March cohort. So we know that you just secured your spot for March. Yeah. So you can already secure your spot because I can guarantee that this particular discount is available right now, but I cannot guarantee that it will be available in the next.
So is there any way you plan to pass the information across? Like we have the contacts of some of you. I mean, like maybe some.
Okay.
Is there any way you could
Yes.
still relate information later on as what's happening,
Yes,
and subsequently, maybe if you
definitely.
people things like that. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, so
Hello.
hope you have filled the enrollment form that my colleague has been dropping. If you
Okay. Yes.
have,
Yes.
yeah, if you have filled the enrollment form, then we would have your contact details. But if you need to speak to someone, I don't mind dropping my number, and my colleague will drop our customer care number as well. And Tomiwa will drop her number as well. So you have three people that you can reach out to. So Tomiwa, please drop the customer care number and your number, and I'll drop mine.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, she'll drop the numbers, all right. So
Yes.
so we'll just drop the customer care number, and you can reach out to us. We would always attend to you. Okay. So please feel free to reach out to us anytime. And like I said, we would also reach out to you. Just make sure that you have filled the attendance form. It's for us to be able to reach you, and also for you to get the session link, right? That's the recording of this session, as well as the slides that we use during the session. So you can visit the resources and everything that we talked about. So please, yeah, I believe I answered your question. And this discount is only for the first 20 people, because we have limited slots, very limited slots. So you want to secure your spots already, right? So we're looking forward to having more people. I already see that some people are securing their spots already. Yeah, just taking a look at it. So we don't want to, sleep on this opportunity. Like I said, we help you become a total package. So yeah, we will not be able to take every question, but my colleague will drop a link to a one-on-one clarity session that you can join by tomorrow. Sorry, on Monday, Tuesday. We have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till Friday, so you can book a slot. But I'll be taking two more questions. Okay, I'll be taking two more questions. So if I don't attend to your question, you can book this spot for Monday, so that before the discount ends, that's if you don't secure your slot today. But I advise you do, because like I said, some people are already securing their spot. So you don't want to sleep on this offer, and the discount is just for 3 days, right? So you want to jump on this opportunity and secure your spot. And yeah, but I'll be able to take two questions. And I believe that some of these questions that we've been answering is also like, helping the other people to have their own questions answered, right? So I know some people raised their hands earlier. Okay, if your hand is up, do you want to say something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a quick one.
Okay.
Before I think Omolola is the next person to speak. So just before Omolola speak, the discount is only available for the first 20 people. Yes, there is a deadline, but we're only going to be accepting just 20 people to the internship so that we can personalize your experience. So you see, everything that we're offering is one-on-one. So your CV review is one-on-one. Your link optimization is one-on-one. So there's a lot of personalized experience. So it's not open to general public for as long as possible. So the deadline is going to be 3rd of February. That's the discount, and everything is going to be up by the 3rd of February. Now, that's also subject to the number of people available. Now, the discount is only available for the first 20 people. So if you want to get started, I would say you should secure your space, even if it's in March, even if it is in April you want to start, or February you want to start. I would say you should secure your internship now. You can start with as low as $90. Okay, it's there so that it's easy for you to get started. Make it very accessible to anybody, regardless of your location or anywhere you are in the world. So I would say, is either we get the first 20 people registered. If we get 20 people registered for each of the program, we're done. That's it. And or the 3rd of February will be the deadline for the payment. So I just wanted to buttress that a little bit better so that everybody's on the same page. All right. So yeah, I think Omolola can go ahead with a question. Then we can.
Hello,
All
good
right.
evening.
Hi, Okola. Okay, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, I really appreciate this. Actually, I've been trained and I'm trying to narrow down the training to my profession. I'm a school busser. So we were trained on Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau. So I now discovered that Excel, Power BI, I'm not vast on it. Can I leave SQL and Tableau and concentrate on Power BI? Because all the training was hands-on experience. So what I did the last 1 to 2 months, going on internet to search for internship from KPMG, PW. I finished the project and now discover I'm somehow fed up. I'm somehow stuck. So I don't know how to go about it again. Is it going searching from those complaints abroad is the best? I'm somehow confused here. I need your professional advice.
All right, thank you, Obalola. So if I get your question correctly, the first one was, should you ditch Excel and SQL for Power BI? Should you stop using them? Was that your question?
Yes, because I don't really understand that SQL. In the class, I'm getting it, but working personally with it, it somehow, it somehow, I'm not really getting it. But when it comes to Power BI, Excel, I'm flowing very well to visualize, to design a dashboard. I can do it perfectly. So I discovered that after doing the training and all that, it's just that two that I can use very well. Should I leave the SQL and the Tableau and concentrate only on the two? Because I discover most of the project, most of the internship I'm getting, they works for Tableau and Power BI to 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 visualize. So I don't know how to go about it. Notwithstanding, I'm going to join your stuff, oh, but I just want a clearer something so that I will not just be dabbling
Yeah.
around.
All right. So if your hand was up, do you want to take that or go ahead?
All right, yeah. Just because I was almost in that kind of situation also. I would just want to answer the question. Now, SQL for people that are looking at getting started, especially in data analytics, data science, or even data engineering, they find it very difficult to conceptualize because SQL in most cases, people usually will ask the question, where does the data come from? Okay, so SQL is the platform that allows you to store data. So if you take, for example, your phone today, Omolola, if I say you should store my number, okay, you can easily just bring out your phone, go to your number, type in my number, and you can save it. Now, where does that number get saved? Okay, you probably have a memory on your phone, correct? If your memory is full, what do you buy? You buy another memory card to store for that. If you take a picture, it's stored in the memory somewhere. Okay, so SQL is the memory. Okay, no, SQL is not the memory. The database for the organization stores all those information. So take for example, Ola, you start working with Coca-Cola today. Okay, you get a job with Coca-Cola, so you are in charge of the data analyst, in charge of sales or whatever the case might be. Okay, so when somebody comes in to buy, okay, somebody comes in with a card. Okay, you put the person's name, the person's amount, how much the person purchased, the quantity the person purchased, the type of Coca-Cola that the person bought, if it's Coke Zero, if it's a normal Coke, or if it's Fanta, or whatsoever brand that the person bought. All that information at that sales transaction has to be stored somewhere. And that's a database. So in order for you to extract the data from that database, you need SQL to do that. So all the work that you're doing as a data analyst, okay, is data analysis, correct? You need data to do your analysis. So SQL provides you the platform for you to be able to interact with the database to extract data to perform some form of analysis. So there is no career path you want to get into data analytics where SQL is not a fundamental tool, because you need data to do your analysis. Okay, and SQL gives you that platform to be able to do this. Now, what makes this internship the perfect fit for you is you are going to be working in that kind of situation. And if I had the time, I would have showed, because we don't have so much time anymore, I would have showed you some of the projects that the guys are working on where they are building the database infrastructure, you are imputing the data, you're extracting the data, you're automating the way the data flows, you're working with a data engineer to be able to build this kind of analytics, or what we call analytics engineering or BI engineering, whatever the case is. And you are working, you're building this. So it's not about learning anymore. It gets to a time whereby learning becomes very stressful. Okay. So it's only when you're faced in that actual real life situation, then you know exactly, oh, okay, that thing I learned, this is how it's being used. Okay. So no more learning. This is the practical we're talking about, and that's exactly what you will get from the internship. Okay. I don't like to use the word internship because even when you start the program, you are regarded as a consultant. You're not regarded as an intern. So anywhere you find yourself on your LinkedIn, on your CV, we discourage the use of internship. The reason why we use internship is so it's easy for you to understand. Okay. But it's typically what we call a work experience program. So it's a work experience program where you get to work on real life projects, okay, and you can leverage those experience in getting a job. Now, just to close it up, okay, just to close up on that question, I got my first job. There was probably like 10 years ago, okay, and the first job I got was working for an Irish-based, one of the largest logistic company based in Ireland. And I got that particular job based off a project I built in Power BI, an Arsenal dashboard. Okay. I'll probably share that experience sometime. It was an Arsenal dashboard, and I used that project in landing my first BI developer role. Okay. So anybody that is here that is looking to land a job, trust me, paying for a certificate program at the moment or paying for a training program, yes, it's going to satisfy the urge very quickly, okay? But that's not what will get you the job. What you need is hands-on experience. So, Molola, I've been in your situation before. I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
Hello. You know, I told you I'm a school bosser, an accountant,
Yes,
and Power BI is more or less accounting stuff.
no.
It's
It's more
not.
than like, yes, it's analytics. Power BI, the BI in Power BI stands for business intelligence. So
Okay.
it's a powerful tool for business intelligence.
So I
I
should
went,
intensify my learning in SQL. Is that what you are saying?
you don't need to learn again. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Work on
Okay.
projects. Don't go and buy
Okay.
a new course on SQL. Throw yourself in the deep end. You've learned it, you didn't understand it. Fine, throw yourself in the deep end, go work on projects, and that's exactly what we'll provide you with to provide you with
Thank
that experience that you need to get a job.
you. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, in the situation whereby you've been learning, and you still don't understand, you don't grasp it. Okay. The
Mm,
first thing is for you to throw
I need
yourself
a
into the
place
deep
to.
end.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Opalola, we are here for you. All you need to do is just get started. Trust me, I just give you a month, 2 months maximum, and the kind of things that you'll be doing, you will be surprised. Okay.
Yeah. It's
All
not the
right.
assurance.
It's beyond assurance. It's proof. Okay. Proof of work. Show workings. No be by church or church. Show workings. Don't worry, we'll show you. Okay. That's why we're not taking a lot of people also. Bear in mind, we're just taking 20 people so that we have that you have that personal touch. Okay.
Please, that first installment will be what? Please.
The what?
The first installment. Can you
It's
give
not
me the idea? I've been sleeping, but I just have to wake up, and when you are talking at the last part, that I have to listen very well.
okay. Our mom is going to just walk us through that real quick again. So the link is in the chat. All you need to do
Okay,
is click on the link. Our mom will just walk you through it quickly again in just like
all
a
right.
minute.
Because I
Sorry.
would like to review the class later.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
All
Hello.
right. Thank you. Philip,
Hello.
please, I'll come to you shortly. Just
Oh,
let me do
okay.
a walkthrough.
All right.
Yeah, I'll
All
come to
right.
you
All
now.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So Deborah and Omolola, for you to secure your spot, right? It's very easy, like I said. The link I just dropped on the group just now, when you click on it, you'll be redirected to this page, right? So when you're redirected to this page, Let me share my entire screen so you can see what I'm saying. Let me just share my entire screen. So when you're redirected, just a minute. All right. Okay, so you can see the page now. You can see the link. When you paste the link here, right, and you click on it, you'll be redirected to this page. On this particular page, all you have to do is select the program that you want to pay for. You can be following me step by step, Deborah, because I think you're trying to pay right now, according to what your message says. So just follow me step by step. Okay, why is it taking time to do it? So when you click on the link and it loads the page, I just loaded this page. Sorry, please. Okay, let's say you select the one of the cards there, right? I hope you're following me, Omolola. So once you select any of the cards there, you will be redirected to this page. I need to go back there. I'm still with you, please. So you'll be redirected here, right? And remember, I said you can change your currency to what you want to change it to. So it's coming up. This is taking forever. All right, apologies for the delay, please. So when you select, let's say, data science, data analytics from that particular page, right? I want to see if it's up. It's still up. Okay, you'll be redirected here. Please select any of the payment plans that you want to go with. If it's the 5 installments, this is what you see. If you want to pay in USD, just select it here, right? So I'm switching between currencies just to carry everybody along. You select the 5 installments. Make sure you select. When you click on it, click on secure your spot. If you don't select anything, it will be showing you error. Click on secure your spot, right? When you secure your spot, then you can now click on proceed. So I think, Omolola, what you're doing is you're clicking on a particular form at the top there instead of selecting one of the career paths, because you said it's redirecting you to a form. So I don't know why this page is not opening at the moment, because I'm trying to. So I don't know. So I think you're selecting the form there. Don't click on the form. Just look at those cards that says data science internship, data analytics internship, data engineering internship. Select the one you want to go with, right? Please give me a thumbs up, Omolola, if you get that. Sorry, Deborah, if you get that. Okay, I understand. Okay. All right. Awesome. So just select one of the cards that carries the career path that you want to intern under. When you select it, you're redirected there to the payment page. Select the payment plan that works for you. Make sure you select before you click on secure. Yeah, just as I showed here. Click on select, secure, and then proceed. When you click on proceed, you will see this. Fill in your name, your email, and your phone number. You will be redirected to this form. Fill it in till you get to this part where you can select the internship that you can also pay for. Just like I already kind of filled. If I go back, you see all of that, as you can see here. So yeah, once you're done, click on next and the form will be submitted and you have your record on the back end. I believe you're good now, Omolola. So you can just give me a thumbs up when you're successfully signed in. Okay, great. So when you're successfully signed in as well, you can give me a thumbs up. So let me stop sharing my entire screen so it doesn't, keep looking this extended. All right, so we'll take one more question now. Yeah, Philip, I'm coming to you definitely. Oh, who is that? Okay, so please. Okay. So we might not be able to take all questions because of time. Okay, but we are here. You can reach us anytime. My colleague will drop our customer care number. Please call us. We'll pick your call. If any question here on it's not answered, please call us.
Rather than calling, sorry if it's a Femena. So rather than calling, I would say we should book the clarity session. So we have the clarity session going to be happening next week. Okay, Monday all the way through to Thursday. So I would say you should book a clarity session. Now we're going to be prioritizing people that have secure payments and they've secured their slots. Those are the people that we are going to be prioritizing. So if you have any question, I would say secure your space. We'll prioritize you, speak to you first, then every other person comes next. Okay, so I would say if you have any question, any concern, anything at all, please just book the clarity session. It's a one-on-one conversation with myself, or Momi, and the team also. So we'll be there to answer any question that you have. Okay, that's the best way for us to have this conversation. I mean, this particular session has lasted almost 2 hours, almost 3 hours now. All right, so I think we can take Kwesi, and maybe if it was quick, we can take Philip also.
All right. So
Okay.
we take Kwesi and Philip. So please
All
go
right.
ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for the chance. My question is just, I have 3 questions. Currently, I'm studying, so I cannot join for now. But I want to ask, with the program you're having, the cost structure, is it that you can suit those of us who are working? Is it that it have to be online to work with you, or it's a pre-recorded section? Then also, I wanted to find out that if it's for, let's say, a pre-recorded session, those of us who are working, can we be able to do it or not? So that's my question I have. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. That's a very valid question. So it's not a pre-recorded question. Let me start from there. So it's a work experience. So you're working real time. You're working in a team, like you report to a workplace, right? You know, we are building you to have the business setting experience, right? So you have experience of working with cross-functional teams. So you have experience of working with different industries and businesses and solving different business challenges. So it is not going to be pre-recorded like a typical self-paced training course would be. Again, it's an experience. It's you working in a work environment with a team, right? So you have daily stand-ups. You would have your Google Classroom where your tasks are assigned, like I showed, and then you would have the Slack channel where you are able to interact daily with your team and your team lead, right? Then, regarding the first question that you asked, if you'd be able to still slot in time for the internship experience, even though you're working. So a lot of consultants that we have on board, we call our interns consultants because of the immersive experience that they have. So it's not as basic as an internship experience. So a lot of the consultants that we have on board at the moment are career switchers. This means they have 9-to-5 jobs and their businesses and everything like that. So we typically tell them that you can dedicate at least 2 to 4 hours in a day to this internship. So you're expected to commit this number of hours, and how you work is also going to be dependent on what time of the day you are free, right? So if it's morning your time, you can dedicate that time to focus on it. But we expect you to be very, very committed and accountable, as even your team lead would always be on your case, reaching out to you if you don't show up at work, right? So that's how it works. So the experience is very flexible. So when it comes to your daily meetings as well, we have our current consultants have their meetings daily, or some, because it works for their team, while some have it 3 times in a week because that's what works for them. It's a synergy. You have to agree, you have to all align. So it depends on your team, your time zone. That's why we say when you're done making payments, please fill the enrollment form. We get to know where you will be joining from there. There is always that part that asks you your location, like I demoed, right? So we ask you where you are joining from, and we get to know that, okay, for this team, we have people from Canada, US, UK, we have more of them. So we need to know a time that will work for everybody from across these different time zones so that you have your meetings. The number of times you have it per week is also dependent on you, your team, and your team lead. So what you guys agree on would now impact how often you have your meetings. Or is it accommodating and flexible? It is very, very well. And yeah, I've answered your second question, which is recorded. It's not recorded, but if you miss stand-up meetings, you would always be able to catch up. It's always in your Google Classroom. You can go back and watch, oh, okay, I wasn't able to join the meeting, or whatever unforeseen circumstance, yeah, there are things can happen sometimes. It might be an impromptu meeting at work. Yeah, so it's okay. It might be someone getting married in your family, and because of that, we're not able to show up for this for this week's maybe session or something, you would be able to catch up, right? But it will not be a case of recordings, meetings recordings like it's a self-paced class or learning. That's not the case. So you will just have access to recordings just for days that okay, you want to go back and watch, or maybe you missed it for personal reasons. That's yeah. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you very much. All done. Thank you.
Okay, so when would you be joining us? I know you said you are currently studying. So when are you?
Yes. Currently I'm new to that. I'm currently on Udemy. I'm studying the data science course on Udemy. That's a Python one. But they also have one for Tableau and then the Power BI and SQL, but that's yet to come in. So I'm on the basics level, so that's why I cannot join. But I'm
we should be expecting you around April. Okay.
Yeah, probably in the course of the year going by when I'm done, I can join.
Okay. All right, we'll be
Thank you.
looking out to have you on board. Thank you. All right, Philip. I'll be taking Philip now, and for every other person, I sincerely apologize. You can book a session with us. The link has been dropped by my colleague. It's the Calendly link for booking your Clarity session. Because trust me, every question we are not able to attend to here, it will just be us and you. So we'll be attending to all of that. That's just for questions. That session is just questions, right? So you can book and attend to that. Okay, Philip, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Wumi. Thank you for the evening. I actually had some questions I wanted to ask, but along the line, some of them were answered, but some also I forgot. But the ones that I can remember is the ones I'm going to ask now. Okay. I have a background. I have several years of IT service desk and project management. Now, I would say a little bit of project management because most of the things that I did back then in Nigeria, I'm currently in London. Had to do with deployment of IT projects, and it is way more on the side of actual IT user support, but with a little bit of IT project management. So along the line, I was also able to gather some certifications in project management, PMP being one of them, the PMI ACP, which is the Agile Certified Practitioner, which is the Agile flavor of PMP, and as well a Google Data Analytics certification, which I also got along the line. And because of what I do, I also needed to be an IT certified, person, which I also have the IT certification. So just recently, I felt okay, since I'm in the United Kingdom, and project management here is mostly approached from the side of Prince 2. I just recently also bagged a Prince 2 certification in project management. But all these things I've gotten, I have actually not been able to land a role in project management myself. I'm doing something else now, but I really want to land a role in project management as a project manager. So why I'm really asking this question is the fact that if I eventually get onboarded on this program, and I have someone who is I'm working with, I would be working with a team leader. The team leader, he's going to be a project manager, or what would be my role? What would be my role in that team? Because I want to get a project manager's experience. Worst case scenario, I might get a project coordinator experience because, okay, probably for roles that I'm applying to, they may say, okay, if you cannot land you a project manager role, we can land you a project coordinator role. So would I be able to actually get that level of managerial experience in terms of managing projects in this particular program? You see, that's on the one hand. Then on the other hand, you know that there are tools that are also required for running projects in terms of technological capabilities. One of those tools is a Microsoft project, and you also know Jira, and the likes of them. So would I also be having exposure to such tools when I eventually, get onboarded? So these are the questions I need to ask before I know what to do about this. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that question. Let me start from your second question because that's faster to respond to. So you asked if you have access to tools like Jira, Microsoft Project, and the likes. So this is the Amberi internship page for all of the programs that we offer, all 8 that have been mentioned in the start of the session. Now, it says who this program is for, right? You can see Prince 2 right here. Individuals preparing for certifications like PMP, CAPM, Prince 2, or Scrum.
Yeah, I
Career
have all,
switchers
I have all those
recently.
already. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Then
all those.
entry level. Yeah, but you need the job as well, right? So whether you're preparing or you're putting it, it's still applicable, right? So now for the tools, we have them here, right? Shows the Microsoft Excel, Slack, Confluence, Asana, Jira, Trello, Microsoft Projects, Google Workspace, and Google Microsoft Suite, right? You will be working as a project manager of this, and permit me to show you and of course, there are a lot of other career prospects that you also get to like work in the capacity of, or you'll be working on this. Your team lead is just to supervise and guide, like I said earlier. So let me take us back to one of the projects that the interns on board are currently working on. I believe you can see this new page, right?
Yeah,
Hi,
I can see it. I can see
okay.
it. Yes, I
All
can
right.
see it.
So this is one of the projects that they are currently working on, right? So I have shown you the tools that you'll be working with. Now here's a project from our business partner, Hisense E. And this business is actually an AI recruitment platform. And it is majorly for 2 user personas, the job seekers and the employers. And I believe this is an exciting project for the people on board right now because they've been in the shoes of job seekers. So this is like a major project. This is like a major, right? So they are building it for 2 users, recruiters and job seekers. Now we explain the business problem of Hisense. Recruiters face difficulty in identifying the right candidates for a large pool of talent, of applicants rather. That's why we are creating this product. High hiring costs due to inefficiencies. That's why we are creating this product. Lack of tools to evaluate cultural fit alongside technical skills. That's why we are creating this product. Remember everything I said regarding why they prioritize experience and all of that. We're creating this product to solve that problem. So Hisense is majorly assigning this to the interns as Amberi to help them with it. And current interns are working on this with developers, UI UX designers, as well as business analysts, right? So this is why this is very, very important. So this experience is going to make you a project manager, right? It is not to make you any less of what you're chasing or aiming to be, right? So this is why it is very, very important for you to take advantage of this internship. We're not just going to say, oh yeah, this is the role available for you because the lead is already the project manager. No, the lead is to help you get unstuck when you get stuck. The lead is to just guide you from her wealth of experience. You know, the babysitting and micromanaging that will not be available in the real business sense when you apply for a full-time job as either entry level or senior level or mid level. That's what we are helping you at this level so that we prepare you for that level when you work independently. You mentioned all of the certifications you've acquired, but still not being able to land a job. That's enough, indication that certifications are not enough. It just further validates what we've been talking about. What they want to see, you can't get it via certifications yet. You can only get it via everything regarding internship and work experience and business setting, right? And this internship gives you that. As a project manager, in the course of your training, I can tell that, and again, project manager to project manager, right? When learning, we don't have a team to practicalize with. We don't have a developer. The real world, the real business setting is what will expose you to the actual expectation. And okay, so this is how to communicate with developers. You can't learn that in a course, right? You can't learn that by watching videos. You would learn that by interacting with them. And how do you find yourself in a room where you can interact with them? It is when you go and apply for internships. Because again, recruiters will not allow you come on board and then from
Sorry,
day
sorry to
one.
cut you short with me. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. I got all you said.
Okay.
Which is very good. Yeah, just the last one and the quick one. Now, this for instance, this what you just posted on screen now, and maybe you talked about the fact that we may do up to 10 projects, or maybe solve up to 10 business problems. Now, when I'm creating my portfolio, or probably when you guys come and we start designing my CV, or maybe working on my CV, would I put Amdari as my having worked at Amdari, then under it maybe job descriptions, what did I do, or achievements, would then start putting this 10 projects or 10 business problems as the achievements that I've done, within the space of 6 months that I've worked, or 3 months, if whichever be the case, that I've worked with Amdari. And would Amdari be the company that I'll put as last place of employment, on my CV?
Yes. That's what you would put there. You'll be adding Amdari as your place of experience. That's because we are the ones that will be providing you with the reference letter that is available on request for 2 years, right? So, but when you are indicating all of the things that you do, you would be referencing all these businesses that you impacted, right? You worked on higher sense product. The product will be live. The website you guys are building will be live. It will be accessible by anybody from anywhere in the world. So it's a proof of what you've done and what you've contributed, right? You have your stand-up meetings, you have your Scrum sessions, you have your Scrum meetings, you'd have sprints, you'd have your roadmap and everything like that. You have everything that indicates that you really gained this experience. So you'll be putting Amdari, but the website is live. They can even see. So if you guys build as many as 3 websites, because there are deadlines to building these products, right? So when you guys build them, it's to your credit. If it's a feature upgrade, you add it, right? The problem that you solved with that product that you built, it will be indicated. This is for AI. This is an AI-powered recruitment platform. It will be hosted live. So it's not just, so that's why I said this experience is not just a practice experience. It's an actual work experience with proof of impact. So when you have this website live and people from all over the world are using it and recruiters are also using it, you understand how impactful it has been. Showing this in your portfolio, attaching it to your CV, all of that is enough proof for recruiters. And when they interview you and ask questions, you're able to speak from a place of this entire experience, the people you worked with and all of that, right? So,
all right. So, Wumi, sorry, I'm just this is also a very, very important one, and that's just
it's fine.
It's gonna be my last question, okay? I was thinking in a platform, or for a section like this, you had someone come in and say he came in January, or maybe 3 weeks back, and he was sharing his success story. I was also thinking you would, at least for the past ones that I've attended, sometime in the past, you have some people who have gone through this program, possibly landed a job, and maybe 2 or 3 of them, at least, to actually give credence to all this you've explained. I actually believe everything that's gone on here today, and I'm a potential intern, as the case may be. So, but I was going to think maybe to really, solidify everything, you would have gotten maybe 2, 3 other guys who have already landed a role somewhere, have also undergone this program. So maybe this is just a take-home, maybe it's a take-home for you guys, in subsequent sections. You can also give this a consideration. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Philip, for that. So because the first cohort started in November, so majorly the feedback we've gotten so far in terms of anything close to even landing a job is a master's program that needed a proof of experience in the UK. And because this person had worked in Ireland companies, company and UK company, because of just this internship, was able to get that slot, right? So that's one, right? So the other ones, they've been, getting more interviews than usual. So like I said, and this, all of them just started in November. And remember that it was break in December. So it's like this is their second month, and progress has been impressive so far. And because the aspect where we start getting them to apply to as many jobs in a day as possible on the using the job board and all of that is the stage they are getting into. So they've been having interview sessions and mentorship sessions just to prepare them for that stage. So we are very particular about having success stories related to job, not just, oh, I used the experience to get a scholarship, because it was a scholarship. So we don't just want it to end at, oh, I used the experience to get a scholarship in the UK, and because they needed me to have worked in a UK company, and this came in handy and we came at the right time. We also want people to come here and say, oh, I got a job and everything like that. But right now, the impact of the internship and how immersive it has been is one thing that we also are very proud of. And even by the time we start having a lot of numbers regarding people who have gotten jobs, would still always revisit people who are still in the program, because the experience in the course of the program that leads to getting that job is still something we would like people to share. So while some people who will be done and have gotten a job will be coming on board to talk to that, we still have people still going through the program sharing, most recent experience and how immersive it has been. But it's actually a very good feedback from your end, and trust me, success for us at Andari is seeing that people land jobs. Really, really. So thank you very much, Philip. And for everyone else on this call, we really appreciate your time. I'm sorry, Tosin. In fact, I don't know. I think Tosin just raised her hand not too long ago. You can join our one-on-one session. Tawakali 2, name not available. Senatress, please, my colleague is dropping the link. Feel free to book a session with us this week, right? This new week. And we would love to answer all of your questions. You can target Monday, so that whatever burning question you have that we've not been able to attend, we can attend it. And I'm so glad that everyone on this call is still here after 3 hours of this session. It's honestly very encouraging, and it's an indication that, okay, what we are doing at Amdari is something that really, really answers to a lot of burning questions that people have. And it will not be complete if we don't have a lot of people on board, because the more people we have, the more we are able to impact more people and help them secure, job placements, with how much of an immersion this program will be, and how it would also okay, Philip, yes, it will be shared. If you prefer WhatsApp, then reach out to you by WhatsApp. Definitely exists to be shared by WhatsApp. So if you'll be securing your spot before the discount ends, please give me a thumbs up. We already have people who have secured their spot already. I don't know if Deborah is still on this call. Deborah, have you been able to secure your spot? Oh, wow. Another person has secured their spot. Funny enough, I'm here to see Deborah. So, Deborah, what are you waiting for? I know I showed you even the process of securing your spot, and I am really, really, really looking forward to seeing you. Philip, I forgot to ask, when do you plan to join us? When do you plan to join us, Philip? Oh, Deborah. Okay, I think you've
Sorry,
not filled...
sorry. I left my phone.
Okay.
I left my phone.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm joining you ASAP. Hopefully by tomorrow I should be signed up.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, Deborah. So you
Yeah.
secured your spot, but you have not filled the enrollment form. So let me send it to you. That's the one I said that when you fill it, you will be able to capture your location so that we put it into consideration, especially for your onboarding day. So I am glad that a lot of people on this call are securing their spot. So please, once you're done paying, this is another link for you to fill a form. So if you have secured your spot already and you've not filled this form, please click on this form, because this is how we can know your location. And then, amazing, George. This is how we can secure your, George, I can actually see that you filled the form. So, but Deborah, I can't see you fill the form, right? So please fill the form, Deborah, and secure your spot, on the back end for us. But of course, you've already confirmed that you've secured your spot, so that's amazing. But just fill this form. So for everybody on this call who said they filled the form, I think Sally, Ezekiel, has also enrolled. Okay, Deborah is still on the form. Amazing. So if anyone on this call has secured their spot and they are yet to fill this particular form, please feel free to fill the form. We look forward to having you on board. Just secure your spot with $90, and this experience is one you'll be glad you actually took advantage of, right? All right. So Sally, is that you saying you've secured your spot already? Sally, have you secured your spots? Can you give me a thumbs up again? I'm trying to confirm if that thumbs up is you saying you've secured your spots. All right. So for anyone who has not filled the enrollment, the attendant. Oh, Sally has secured the spot. Amazing. But Sally, I don't see you fill the enrollment form yet. So please fill the enrollment form. Okay, amazing. Ifoma has secured her spot. I love this. So Ifoma, please fill the form, okay? Tosin, have you secured your spot? Okay, I think I've seen Tosin's. I think I've seen Tosin. Yeah, Mayowa David. Yes. I've seen Mayowa David. You filled the form. Yes, I saw it. Okay, so Sally, please fill the form. Ifoma, please fill the form. Deborah, please fill the form. Thank you so much, Chukwumachuku George. Yes, we look forward to having you on board. It's so amazing to have everyone here with us. We are excited about this experience with everybody. All right. So okay, Kehinde Bakari. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay, Kehinde Bakari, I'm yet to see. Okay, I think Kehinde is referring to the attendance form. Kehinde, when are you securing your spots? If you are yet to secure your spots, please do so. We are really looking forward to having you on board. So like I said, we have 20 slots available, and for everyone on this call, I believe you're very keen about, securing your spot. That's why you're still here. I mean, we still have 62 people after 3 hours. I'm really humbled and honored, to be honest. And if you're still on this call, you can see that people are securing their spot. So 60 people on the call means 20 slots might clean up real fast, and you can see from all the indication that people have been yes, Philip. So we would, if you're not going to be starting in February, Philip, then you can always indicate, right? So okay, Olabanjo, if you're not starting in February, you can always secure your spot now and then indicate, right? So you can always secure your spot now and then indicate that you want to start in